Ratchet Hour.
Hurry up and pod.
Hurry up. Bye.
The blacks.
The first thing I was amazed at was the pubic hair.
I'm the really the spinner. Yeah, that sounds good. Yes, we are back, and it is the fucking Ratchet Hour.
We filled up.
We refilled. I talked all that shit about this and drank the fuck out. I licked the fucking cup.
You know what it is? I think we're so used to doing vodka for a whole year.
Yeah.
We switched up
Shit,
with this
more
Jack.
than a year. Yeah. We never drink dark.
No.
Ever. Shout out to...
You did last week.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah, you guys drink light and then dark. Remember?
Oh, no. That's why we don't remember. That's why right there. That's why we don't.
Man, we were alcohol. Larry knows our drinking patterns.
Well, I smoke weed,
Larry knows.
Larry was zoned in. That's why. Y'all see who we have. A special guest in the building, Jess Wood.
Hello.
Oh, man. If y'all missed the first hour, which I know you guys didn't, but if you did, go back. Make sure you go watch this. She's got stories for fucking days, y'all. I love talking to people like this, Larry. I love talking to people who's lived a real fucking life, who has real commentary about life. You know what I always say? I don't like talking to people who don't have an opinion.
No, you have to.
If you don't have an opinion, I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
That don't mean I gotta agree with it. I just want to hear it and you can explain it. That's how I learn. I like shit like that.
It's called conversation.
Real shit.
Yes.
Shout out to my sis. My sis was like, you didn't show people your shirt. There you go. It says I'm not racist. I gotta change this shirt. It says, I have a white friend. Now I have two white friends.
I was going to say his name Larry.
Now I have two white friends. What were we talking about before we left? Did you want to talk about Cuomo, Governor Cuomo?
Sure.
New York?
Sure, yes.
Yes, Larry. I fucks with Cuomo.
Talk about nipples.
I fucks with Cuomo.
How the fuck did you not know that he was a degenerate sex fiend?
I don't give a fuck.
Fucking nipples.
I don't care.
I think everyone needs to relax about Italians. Can we
Yeah,
talk about that he's a fucking Italian?
Look, I like how she says you can't say Italian without the word fucking in front of it.
Exactly.
A fucking Italian.
Fucking
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck?
Like, who cares? Like, Larry, because I now he's better.
What about all the fucking people he killed?
Who killed?
Como. He killed all those fucking
look at Larry.
What's in the hospitals?
Who?
That's what he's getting fucking convicted for.
All good presidents kill people.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what makes me say he's a better presidential candidate now.
Fuck nipples.
Than all this other stuff.
Aw.
No, you're never going to find a man that's squeaky clean. If you do, there's something very fucking wrong with you.
Yes.
So I want to hear your take on this. Since you lived in New York, you're very familiar with Governor Cuomo. Him stepping down. How do you feel about this shit?
I'm upset.
Why? There's going to be a woman governor.
Larry, let her talk.
Yes, I think that's wonderful. That's great and everything. But I think that we're going a little too far. I know there's 11 women, but it's not a Cosby situation. It's not a Weinstein situation. It's a fucking Italian situation.
Italians like to fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, how you doing, baby?
How you doing? Hey, they grabbing, they kissing. That's what they do.
And you know, they didn't have problem. They didn't have a problem at that time, guaranteed.
Come on.
So that's what it is, you know.
His father went through all his times.
They knew what the fuck
they were doing.
Yeah.
Look, when they came to the interview, they knew what was the job requirements. Come on now.
I'm shaking my head.
Come on, man.
I think he did a great job politically. That's what we need.
Yes.
Oh
I don't give a fuck what you're doing
his
outside
personal life?
Exactly, I don't care.
Crime is back to where it was in the 70s in New York right now.
No.
Nah, man.
No.
Hell no.
No.
Hell
It's still
no.
very gentrified.
Hell
very
no.
clean.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell
It's
no.
very clean.
Holy shit.
I can agree with this. I got friends that live in New York, and they're like, bruh, they don't even recognize some of the places they grew up in.
No,
anymore.
it's all gentrified, unrecognizably gentrified. Like Los Angeles, actually. The same thing happened to that city, too.
Larry thinks New York is Bensonhurst all over again from back in the day.
Are you kidding me? Do you know what happened to Bensonhurst?
Yes, that's why I brought it up.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, there's a
They're all
place.
named something different.
Yes, there's a place in Bed-Stuy called Bread-Stuy where they make fresh bread.
Oh,
so
wow.
fucking suck a
Oh,
dick,
get the-
Brooklyn.
Somebody got stabbed on the corner.
God.
So.
I hope so.
And
That would
left it.
bring the rents down a little.
We can afford that bitch.
Say they'll drive out all these motherfuckers.
Fucking go. I'll stab somebody to get the rents down. I don't give a fuck. What is up? It's awful.
I don't.
Awful.
Do you think they're going too far overboard? Do you think he stepped down too soon, or he did what he had to do?
I mean, I guess he did what he had to do
Yeah,
because there's so
especially
much
now.
pressure
Yeah,
right now.
especially-
Oh,
There's so
it was
much
the
shit
pressure
right
on
now.
it, like
Ugh.
guaranteed.
But, I mean, just to say, New York, you just got rid of the orange guy, and he didn't get as much trouble as Cuomo is
Yeah.
getting, and that fucks with me a
Man,
lot.
Giuliani didn't get in fucking trouble.
Giuliani should
Come
be
the
behind
fuck
fucking
on now.
bars.
Yes.
Right?
That
100%.
fucking
Like, come on,
pervert.
man.
Man, that guy's a hero.
He's a
That's
sick,
9/11
sick
shit,
man.
Giuliani, a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, he's awful.
Yeah, he saved so many
He
lives,
played it.
didn't
He
he?
played it off good.
The only thing I like about Giuliani is his lisp. He can suck a dick.
And there was
Fucking
back
sucks.
in 2000, there were so many people to get down on their knees and kiss his fucking ass.
He is horrible.
Because that's that narrative I'm talking about.
He is police
Oh, it's
state.
just a narrative for him, but not for
no.
Cuomo.
Listen to what I'm saying. Once the media gives you a narrative, good or bad, that's what you are. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So going back to Giuliani was a fuckhead way before 9/11.
Oh,
like,
God.
like if you really want to,
He was on his way out. When 9/11 hit.
he was a fucking.
That actually brought him up.
as many
Yeah.
laws
It
and
did.
shit that
Yeah.
he put into place. And he saw that 9/11 shit and rode the wave, put a fucking flag on his back,
Back.
and
Rode that shit
It was
all the way to the
sick.
promised land.
Yep,
Absolutely
that's what
sick.
happened.
Didn't take care of any of the workers that were down there.
Of course.
Didn't take care of shit. He was just fucking rode it like it was his horse. Fucking
That's one place I
sunset.
would not want to be in politics in. New York.
Oh, you already know.
Fuck that
That's
place.
so
how
corrupt.
corrupt- Oh.
It's deeply embedded. When you win some shit, the next day the mafia fucking comes to your door.
See,
and like, this is how we're gonna do it.
I'm all
This is
about
how you're
This is-
running it.
yeah,
Cuomo's
yeah.
old school
Yeah.
Italian. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
You know, they're
the ties don't go.
I'm all about fuck
Too
the
far.
government.
Well,
Look at that.
yeah, I want all the money I'm getting, but fuck them.
she's like,
I want
Don't wanna say
whoever's
it too
paying me.
loud.
I love that part of the government, but the rest of y'all
Yeah.
kiss my fucking
Y'all
ass.
suck.
Fuck that.
me and
shit.
Buck
That's why I
will
was so
get,
happy
me and
when
Buck will
Trump
get none of
was
that
in
money, so
office.
We don't
fuck
get-
the
we don't get
government.
shit.
I was
You
so
don't
happy
get
when Trump was in
nothing.
office, dude, to stir shit up. I was so.
I like
happy.
Trump. I
was
told you
hoping
why I
he was
like
gonna
Trump,
collapse
man.
everything.
I like
Yeah.
Trump for the entertainment value. It was he kept
Every
me watching
day,
TV.
every day there was something new that
It was
popped
a
up.
horrifying reality show.
Did you guys see
Love
that
it.
this
Horrible.
about this book that's been wrote about him when he was talking about he wanted the Black Lives Matters protesters. He felt the cops should have been shooting them and busting their heads and all this shit.
Oh,
and I was
Oh,
like,
that's
yo,
just
this
all
dude is
hearsay, buddy.
crazy. This dude, yeah, it sounds like something he'd say. Like,
Yeah.
Hearsay.
Here's,
right.
look at Larry.
Not said by him.
Look.
Larry, it's quote unquote.
And now y'all understand why I didn't do none of that shit last year. I told y'all that ain't that people was on me. They was like, "Buck, you don't go to the protest," because I know what that shit is. That's to lure people out to cause shit and get your ass whooped and your head knocked off. And no,
yeah, we
I'm-
were shot at with
Yeah, and
rubber
plus I
bullets,
know
tear
me.
gassed.
I know
What
me.
the fuck
Bad.
are you doing out there?
I know
was
me.
bad.
I know me. I'm gonna be angry if some shit happens, and I'm gonna be a justified person to get fucking
you-
arrested or whatever.
Buck, it was unbelievable how obvious it was, though. How obvious they fucking put it together. It
Yeah.
was just played out so perfectly.
Yeah.
They had the empty police cars. I mean, they
Yeah.
had them, oh, they're halfway burnt, but we weren't
Yeah,
even on
Como
this
did all
block
that
yet.
shit.
Like, who the fuck
Yeah.
did this? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
Como.
broke windows
It was
and
like a
shit.
movie scene.
In
They had
LA,
it laid
you know?
out.
It was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
insane. I was
Yeah.
like, we weren't even down this block yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had it all
How
set
is it
up.
burning?
Hello.
We didn't even make it. Our torch, we're like, damn, we dropped our torches. We started a fire.
What can
Mad
we
as fuck.
burn? Nothing.
Now, what do we have to do now?
Damn it.
Turn back, soldiers.
Back to the house.
Creep says she's fucking hilarious. That's what's up, man. Her
Thanks.
name
There
is
you go.
Jess Wood, bro. Check her out on all social medias. Where can they find you? How can they find you on IG? You're on IG, right?
Get wood.
Get Wood.
Get
That's
Wood.
it.
There
At
you
Get
go.
Wood.
Get Wood.
At
Get wood. Yeah.
And it's spelled the right way, Creep.
Yeah.
G-E-T. Creep
Not
never.
get.
Not G-I-T.
Not
Yeah.
wood.
Not getting.
Not getting.
Get wood.
Getting some wood.
Thank you. Charmed, I'm sure.
What else do we want to talk about? I know Larry's got
Patrice
shit on there.
O'Neal, bud.
Patrice
Oh, there you
O'Neal.
go.
Okay.
Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal.
May
He
he rest in
is.
peace.
He fluctuates in my top 3. Sometimes he's 2. Sometimes he's 3.
Sometimes he's one.
Sometimes he's 1. So my top 3. Ah, man. Fuck. Can I say 4?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
hear.
Why not?
in no particular order.
Supposed to be top 5.
Dave Chappelle, Patrice, Robin Harris. I knew you were gonna laugh at that one. A lot of people don't know Robin. Y'all got to go look. This guy. When I was a kid, he was my Pryor.
Right.
Like that dude was so fucking raw, like off the cuff.
Mine was George Carlin.
Oh man, those were my guys right there.
George Carlin. We had all of his albums.
And then Eddie. Y'all know the Eddie's up there too.
Yeah.
So how you worked with Patrice O'Neal?
Yes, he was in New York when I was in New York doing shows, and he was, well, first I met him and it was horrible because I wasn't ready to go to the club where I was entering, and he was there, and he knew, and I was with a couple other people, and he looked at us and he was like, hey,
he can smell it on you, huh?
Y'all aren't ready for this. You're not ready.
And this is without seeing you perform.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yep. He knew. We came in too scared. We came in too.
How did you feel?
Punched.
Did you agree with it?
I was angry. I was angry.
I was going to say I'd have been pissed. I don't give a fuck who it was.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, I'm gonna show you, motherfucker. Like.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought, all right, I'll leave. I'll go work really hard, and then I'll come back, and he'll have to like me, you know.
Yeah.
And he did, and then he asked me on his show, so I was on his radio show, and he really just was so into talking about race and our culture, you know, American culture. I mean, he's exactly what he is on stage.
Yeah.
He is off stage. There's no difference in his personality or his energy or anything. And a lot of people couldn't handle it because he was so real and so raw about stuff. And
Speaking of canceled, if Patrice was around when Twitter, that shit would have been. He would have been the master.
I think it would have been bulletproof.
He would have been. Well,
you think he'd been?
Well, he was. I'm talking about. Well, I'm not talking about if he was who he was then and then lived longer. I'm talking about if he would have began right there. Like it would have been a. It would have been a whole different. Just because the times were different. Now, if he would have been who he was when you met him, and then he lived to like go through Twitter, he would have been either the king of fucking Twitter, or they would have just been trying. All these young people would have been trying to cancel him for all the shit that he was saying.
Well, Elephant in the Room is one of my top comedy specials.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Top 3, top mine. Yeah. That's one I know from the opening claps to when the fucking curtain closes. Like.
Yeah.
That Natalie Holloway shit is
so
fucking
God.
genius.
I try to tell people that all the time because I have a joke that I don't do unless there's black people in the room because it doesn't work for an all-white room where I ask the audience, who do you think is more scared walking towards each other at night? Is it a white girl walking towards a black guy, or is it a black guy walking towards a white girl? And if there's black people in the audience, I go, don't say anything.
Don't say nothing.
And then I go, because it's the black guy who's way more scared.
Hell yeah. You're like, I don't want this bitch to pass out. I don't want
or we could say anything.
Hell yeah.
Really, we could say anything.
He's raping me.
And man, the white people hate that joke. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means.
Because
they get so
like
defensive
themselves.
You understand? We're the scariest people. I always tell people I am the scariest person on the block unless there's a white man next to me or on the block.
Because they believe you for anything.
Anything.
Okay, let's time to wrap this show up because I don't want her to be like the Mexican black guy touching me.
Why do you think the last white girl that was on the show that passed out on the couch? We all left.
Oh fuck, we fucking left.
They begged me to stay.
It was like, please, Larry, we don't want to get Emmett Till.
We both look at each other.
We don't want to get Emmett Till.
We're going to Denny's and leaving. We're leaving the bitch on the couch.
I was like, we're gonna call and make sure.
Did we not?
We left her in Sixx's house. It was like, we gotta call her to make sure it's okay to go back in.
And then she calls. She's like, "Where'd you guys go, buddies?" And we're like.
She let the dogs in the house.
Yes.
She was like, "Oh, let the puppies in." No, puppies.
They're not puppies. They're
fucking
beasts.
Killers. The killers are in the house.
Kill.
I told Bob, I was like, no, you ain't leaving me here. You ain't leaving me here alone with her in my
That
couch.
joke is fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
And around this area, I know that shit wouldn't work just because.
No.
Like, oh man, yeah.
I've only had in the shows that I've done in the months that I've been here, I've only really had a handful of black folks in the audience, and one I had two women probably in their 30s, 40s, black girls. I don't know how old you are. And,
You gotta see paperwork.
She could have been 80.
I don't know if grandmas,
that was
youngster,
a grandmother and a great grandmother.
Right.
But they were so like healthily laughing, laughter that was coming off of them. Yeah. And for a couple of my jokes, they were shaking their head because I am severe a couple times. And they're like, ah, but shaking, but also shaking and laughing. And that to me is my favorite.
That
I
energy.
can get someone's energy to be up like that. And also if I can get people, like when I just started out and was just doing character voices and all these non-white characters, I had people come up to me after shows and be like, oh my God, you sounded like my cousin. You know, like people were so tripped out. They were like, you fucking, oh my God. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Because, you know, I hang out with like a couple Puerto Rican girls, but not like my whole family. I don't have a family of Puerto Rican girls. So just to be able to like connect with people, you know, to feel that love.
It brings people together.
Yes.
And it just, it's sad that a lot of people don't recognize it, even though they're at a fucking comedy show.
I know.
You knew you were coming to a comedy show and you try to dictate what's being said and what's being conveyed and what's being joked about.
Yeah.
That's the shit that I can never understand.
There's a lot of selfish people.
I can never understand that. Like,
it just selfish. Cuts everything off. It really cuts everything off. Like cancel culture, it stops the conversation instantly. There's nothing more that can be said because everyone, and you're fired, and then you don't come back here, and you can't be on my stage, and all this shit. Like, I've been kicked out of clubs for being too dirty, and I'm like, what, for a chick? Yeah, because the dude crazy. I follow talks about coming in his girlfriend's eyeball.
There's no limitation.
You know what I mean? It's horrifying. And I'm like,
see, that's the whole.
Like, well, because they'll look at you and say, she's supposed to talk about this.
Right.
And not supposed to talk about that.
No. You know how many times I've been told, don't use Get Wood? You're a lot of times in New York, a club owner, you're a nice young girl. You're a nice girl. Get Wood? Why? I mean, I get it, but you're a nice girl. I'm like, I'm not a nice girl. Fuck you. Yeah. And suck my dick. I'm not a nice girl. What are you talking about? This is like
they all go from what you look like. They're just kind of coming off that vibe. Like,
and they feel like, you know, with female comics, I've always had a real beef for a long time since I started that all the females who get very big are victims. They're victims of men. They're victims of themselves. Ooh, my pussy. Amy Schumer makes me crazy because of it.
Thank you. I don't like her either.
I'm so fat. I'm so ugly. My pussy's ugly. Fuck you. You're taking us back to 1952.
She's a victim.
For Christ's
sake. She's a victim on everything.
But
that's how she built her fucking empire. And stealing jokes too.
Not Wanda. Yes, she stole.
She stole a lot of Patrice's shit.
She
stole a lot of Patrice's shit.
And a few of mine. Thank you very much. But you know, Wanda did not do that. That's why it took Wanda 25 years plus to get to a place where people respected Wanda. It took a long time to give her flowers.
It took a long time.
Wanda Sykes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because every other female that I saw before that was like, it was almost like they were, Eliza Schlesinger, she's always the butt of the joke. Ew, women, we're like so bitchy. Like, come on, man.
You know who's the first woman that I saw who was just like herself, owned it, didn't give a fuck, was Whoopi. Whoopi was so...
Yeah, that's the first one I
That shit was so amazing to me as a kid watching her. And she would turn herself into a dude.
Yeah.
And she was still a woman. She'd be a junkie. She'd just be a New Yorker. You could believe all that shit. And she never had to fucking subject herself
What was that
to
show?
The bullshit.
The homeless fucking comedy? What was it called?
Oh, God. It was on HBO.
Comic Relief.
Yeah.
That's what they all took part in. But her one woman show is what I think you're talking about. And that's what Mike Nichols saw her downtown New York City and was like, this woman's amazing. I'm going to produce and direct her one person show on Broadway. And then she just blew up.
See, a lot of people today don't know that Whoopi. They know The View Whoopi.
Yeah.
Y'all got to go back and look at this shit, bro.
She was badass.
Okay, so for the... And I'm going to localize it a little bit for the female women comics here. What's the bit of advice that you give them? Because you know what I like? That's what is happening now. We have a female comic scene now.
Yes,
and we didn't have it for a while. We didn't have it.
It's actually a big one.
It's big. Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah, there's like 9 of us.
Well, that's big.
I mean, that's what I hear.
But I put it to you this way.
There's 9 of y'all bitches.
If you take...
finger banging character bitches.
If you take the ratio of funny women to the funny dudes here, there's way more funny women.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, a couple of the girls, I'm not to interrupt, but a couple of the women that I've seen here were had already left here before, went to New York and got some nice chops.
Marie.
Sarah
Kennedy. They've both been on the show.
Wonderful women, top notch, supportive, giving,
cerebral. I like
my God,
Sarah's
they're
cerebral.
smart as fuck.
Yeah.
And they're kind. They're kind to one another. They were kind to me when I arrived here and just automatically brought me, they saw what I did. They liked what I did. They started to refer me to people. I mean, that doesn't happen in New York and LA.
Right.
It just doesn't unless you're sucking the right dicks.
It doesn't happen in Albuquerque for the guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Unless they're sucking the right dick.
Yeah. These lips don't suck dick. Sorry. But what I'm saying is the ratio of funny women here is bigger than it is guys. Even though there's more guy comedians,
they're more organized.
They're organized. Mm-hmm. They take their craft seriously, and they just
hard.
don't want to put comedian in front of their name. Mm-mm. And then it shows when they perform.
Like the Muslims.
Larry's gonna
came out of where?
Like the Muslim.
That was the bong head.
I tell you, Larry uses this show to get off all of his fucking anger and
all his racial rants.
Muslims they do work together to try and boost each other up.
No, they do.
They do.
And
to blow each other
they learned it from the Jews.
Or boost?
They learned it from the Jews.
You say boost or blow
Asians.
each other up? Which one, Larry?
No, so if you had one message, what's going on, Gina Hopkins? Gina Hopkins says, hi, guys. Gina, you haven't watched this in a while. Welcome back.
Shout out, yeah.
What would you give? What's the bit of advice you'd give?
Oh, God. Never listen to unsolicited male comic advice.
There you go.
Kevin Kennedy.
That's like my first biggest note for every woman in every city that's
Kevin
doing comedy.
tries to finger bang every bitch that comes to Red Velvet.
Yeah,
I'll give you mic time
if you let me finger bang.
If you give me mic time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say no unsolicited, because as a female, it's so weird to be a woman, just in general, because you're already inundated with all kinds of ideas about how you should be.
That's the fucked up part.
From society, And I mean, you guys understand it as well. There's a bit of it for guys, non-white.
It's more for women. I have a daughter.
But it is a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure all the time.
How you should be.
Especially in the entertainment world.
And to be everything.
It really is.
Right. And to be everything.
Does it offend you when someone calls himself a comic and you've seen them multiple times and they've never done an actual set?
Yes.
And they get booked and it's all about boobs and what they look like and all this shit?
I ranted about that last week on my show because I fucking can't stand when there's an ass out. Look,
I need to introduce you to someone named Shondine.
I have my titties out.
I always have my titties out. I don't mind. I shake a titty once in a while, but I have jokes, I have stories, I have content. If you have nothing to back up,
you could back up your titties. You could back up those titties.
You're multi-facade. Like you have different. Yeah. It's not. That's what you are.
That's it. And I think that's what I mean. To me, old Hollywood, old entertainers, Whoopi, all these folks that we've been talking about, they all did other shit. They were beautiful.
Man.
They were talented before they were beautiful.
They knew how to do it.
Yeah, they were just inside. They had some sort of charisma.
It was a plus if you had that look. But you're right. Nowadays, it's not only in comedy; it's like in music.
Oh, fuck yeah!
But when I started to watch girls in comedy, and I'm friends with Rachel Feinstein, and she's funny. But god damn it, why the fuck she always have to wear high heels and her titties are smushed
titties are smashed together.
This tight dress and that. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm so dumb. Come on, man.
It's like that everywhere. Look, you go to Ojos and Hooters; those bitches can't serve you worth shit. Those are the worst bitches you can have to serve you, but they look good. And you go and you deal with shitty service. Right. Because you got titties and ass, and the bitch don't know how to add 2 + 2, but she looks good.
Stand those
well, but that's what it's about, and
that's
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
This whole last year with the OnlyFans and comedians being on OnlyFans and being like, what the fuck, girl? I get it. You want to get your money on, get your money on.
Telling jokes in a thong.
But
like, are you listening to the jokes or just looking at the ass? Come on, because the jokes.
I don't hear shit.
Yeah,
I don't hear shit.
See what I'm saying? Like,
I don't hear nothing.
Right.
There's no jokes. You don't need jokes when you're in a bikini on stage.
Yeah, but they put comedian so and so.
There's a girl who makes a bunch of money right now, and she was just featured in Hustler magazine, and she's on she was like famous for being mean too, and I'm like, all that shit is just, it's tired.
So basically, you're saying be talented.
Be talented. These women here know what they're doing. Yeah. These women in this scene here, they're much harder workers than the women, say, in Los Angeles.
Well, I think what happened is a lot of them, when they did go away, they saw things that they took from here, and it's that advantage for them to go to the big city and implement it in their shit. And then they took from what the big city had and they brought it back here as well.
Exactly.
And so now it's popping.
Yeah.
Now what do you have to say to the fellas?
Fellas, just all the same advice. Don't take unsolicited advice from people that you don't think are fucking killing it. Don't take, I, as a person who I think I do a good job on stage, if somebody is trying really hard and they're working really hard and they're younger than me and I see that they're working hard and they have some good bits, I will approach them and I will say, can I ask you can we talk about one of the bits that you have? Because I have an idea if you would want it, if you would want to take it.
Shit. Most of these motherfuckers would be like,
you think, are people acceptable to that when you say that?
Women are more acceptable.
I was going to say, the fellas are not.
Because dudes are like, you don't know shit, fuck you.
Yeah.
Even if I'm killing every show.
No, but and you know what? The dudes that say that are the trash ones that have no fucking audience.
Well, they just like to have,
because they
like to have the title. What I've learned is a lot of people
titles.
they love to have that title in front of them.
Yeah.
But they don't understand what it takes to actually attain that title.
But see,
like I don't like putting that in front of my name, because I feel like I do a disservice to the men and women who that's what they do for a living.
Yeah.
They hit the road. They go, that's what they do. I'm hitting the road, boom, boom. And they've done it before, and that's how I haven't done that before. Mm-hmm. So yes, I've gotten on stage, I've done stuff like that, but I have not where I just been like, this is my source of living. I'm hitting the road, different cities, venues,
like
and
Kurt Fletcher,
like Kurt and all them. That's just my personal. I don't say that for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
and I'll never
do dates in Arizona.
Yeah, I do, Colorado, but I just feel
Texas.
I feel like, as far as the people that I looked up to, that's what they did. That's the standard that I have. That's the standard that I have.
I think as an artist, back to what you're saying, as an artist, if you can't take criticism or advice from someone else who's been in it that has more fucking in the business than you have, or more fucking stripes, if you can't take that as a good thing, that someone's willing to come to you and say, hey, you should try this, and take it as good criticism instead of bad, and like, fuck that, or you don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, male or female don't matter, then you're not about your craft, because any good entertainer is going to be open-minded.
If you love the art.
It's almost like with Rob here, Buck. We go, if I feel something, I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
Not on like a homie love, just be like, oh, he's funny for everything. No, like maybe this, or you should try. We talk about, I'm like, no, maybe you should try this. You're going to Mexican crowd. You should try this joke because it works with here. And he's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like
sweet shit.
Yeah, like if you don't have an open mind to someone else that see, because when you're on stage, it's different.
Yeah.
You're tunnel vision. You're tunnel vision, bro.
Yeah, you can't see everything and feel it all.
Yeah.
But from an outside perspective, they might catch something that might make that joke a single change, or one little thing. Hey, why don't you say this instead? Can make it blow up. You know what I mean? It's huge.
And all my favorite people always hire or have people around them that are better than they are. Like Obama took people into his area that was like he could learn from people. J.J. Abrams talks about how he only hires people or works with people that because he doesn't know shit that they know. And all my favorite people who make stuff in the arts, in the entertainment, they always say surround yourself with people who challenge you, who make you better.
If you don't, then you're never going to get better.
Right.
You're never if you don't have that challenge as an artist and your craft, you're never going to get better.
Well, I'll say this about the fellas here. You would think they were the bitches. Like they are. It's so catty. It's so. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna have this guy on it bullshit. Because
it's definitely a bunch of jealous bullshit.
Oh, he's funnier. There's no way I'm gonna have him.
Because no one, the problem is everyone doesn't want no one to outshine them, so they're gonna hold you back. In other words, like if this dude is putting on the show, he's gonna make sure the people he hires to perform are underneath him,
and that's a disservice to the people.
It is.
It's a disservice.
They're not thinking about the audience that's coming. They're thinking about themselves. Like, okay, I'm going to contain my acts to make sure I'm the funniest here, motherfucker. First of all, you should not be a comedian promoting your own shows.
Well, that's
like how many artists do you know from hip hop, rap, rock, whatever, say, I'm going to go to the Journal Pavilion, Live Nation, I'm going to promote my own show, and I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to put all this bullshit. No. if you don't have a promoter or someone wanting to book you and promote the shows, that means no one fucks with you,
right.
And you're so sorry you got to put your own show on so you can highlight yourself.
Do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that somebody that does that should pick a lane?
What do you mean?
Well,
like
either
producer,
be a producer or fucking be a comedian.
Oh yeah, you can't be an artist, a promoter, you can't do all this shit.
You're not giving your all. You're getting pulled in so many different directions.
Can't.
Especially the night of the fucking show.
Oh yeah, hell no. Rob's seen me on a night of a show.
Yeah.
If they've ever going to get to the next level and promote a big show, there's no way you could handle all the promotions, all the business side, and then concentrate on going to perform.
No.
It's not going to happen. So you got to choose your lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really do.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do.
But because there's no club here, there's no club, no central place for everyone to kind of gather or to look forward as a goal.
Yeah.
It makes it a bit more kind of wavy and kind of sloppy, if I could say.
Cliquish.
Like a little.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've only been out a few times, and I
right.
try not to talk to anybody. Like, I just come in, I do my set, and then I leave. I'm not trying to talk to anybody. I'm not trying to fuck.
Yeah.
I get
like
hit
a
up
hooker.
late
I
night.
just come in, do what I gotta do, and leave.
That's right. And I'm not trying to fuck. So I'm getting all this for
You're
nothing.
the best hooker ever.
No, she ain't fucking. What do you mean? The whole goal of a hooker is to fuck.
On her side, she's the player's hooker.
You know what? And so that with me,
that's
that
a big
was
rule too.
So with me, that was my issue. Like, I didn't know it. I had to have other people tell me that's why they're not fucking with you. But it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you're not a part of this crowd or that crowd, and you don't.
He doesn't go to the in and out or whatever the inside out.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do this open mic. I don't do that. And I was like, I just do it the way I feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you feel you have to do, that's fine, because it's all about how you perform during game time.
And it's not knocking no one's hustle.
That's it.
No.
That's it.
It's not knocking the hustle. It's just like you got to be smarter if you're trying to.
This fucking thing in here.
We don't have flies.
got
we
him.
got nets.
Got him.
Look
Got
at
him.
Daniel's.
What it's about? It's about your craft. Like,
Yeah.
we're not knocking no one's hustle. I will never knock any entertainment hustle. But I'm saying, like, if they really want to get to the next level, they're really serious about it. There's ways to get there and things you have to do.
Well,
I know this. I've been there.
Well,
I've
like
done
what
it.
Jess said, it's hard here. There's no comedy club.
Yet soon.
Right. I feel like it feels like it's about something. If something about this city feels like something's about to happen. I don't know. There's something happening. It's like bubbling here that feels like it's happening, and more people are coming. I know, and I apologize for being one of the people, but it's I came here in search of community and in search of some calm. And
hey, tell them what you said about when you first came here.
I was very suspicious.
Right, but you said that everybody was friendly.
Yeah, everyone was so fucking nice to me. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I
What is
take
this
that as
city?
fakery. I was like, everybody's fake. That's what I thought.
They weren't.
I was like, everybody was
That's
fake
what
to
I
me.
thought.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
what
like, I will burn this fucking city to the ground. What is this? All these liars here. I was like, this is horrible. But then it kept happening, and people looked me in the eye, and they were authentic, and I was like,
no,
wait,
you do get that more
what
here.
the fuck?
I mean,
yeah, because there's no
that
status
farm life
climb,
shit,
but there's no comedy club. There's no big like major venue of some sort that everybody's like hawking to get to or get on. And so status isn't a thing here. Like, people never ask me like, hey, what do you do? Like, no one ever asks that here. And I love that shit. People are like, so where do you?
But to be honest, that question is the most fakest shit ever.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Well, I've only lived in fake ass places.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Fake places ask you that fake ass question.
Yeah.
And then
Well, they
everybody-
wanna know
so
what
what do you do? What do you do?
Everybody
What
will
would you do for
so
me?
that you think you try
exactly.
to one up everybody. Whoa,
Yeah.
I'm the CEO.
And I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to play any of those games, and I never wanted to ask anybody for any. I just was like, if I'm funny, hire me.
There you go.
After I did Def Jam, Russell Simmons came, give me a big hug, and he said, "You're really brave." And I said, "But it was funny, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, but it was really brave." And I was like, whack. That was the wackest thing he could have fucking said to me.
Brave.
But because I came up in New York and I was going to the Bronx and Brooklyn and Long Island and did, like I said, reggae clubs where they'd stop the music and be like, comedy! And like all of a sudden you're like, fuck! And you got to go out into a crowd of people that are like, we just stopped dancing for you.
Yeah.
And really,
coach is
really
kicking in.
entertain
But see,
them.
what's good for you, what validates you is not what he would have to say. Is you could see the crowd.
That crowd let you know.
You know what I mean? The
Yes.
crowd will let you know you're funny. You're trying to get validation from him, of course, because it's Russell Simmons. But at that point,
Right.
Russell Simmons would never tell anybody, his artists, nothing that they were good. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
He'd
yeah.
always be like, it's all right. Go back in the studio and
Yeah,
make some
yeah,
more
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Do
It
something
was
better
not-
for me.
it
You know what I
was
mean?
all- they were all confused.
That's CEOs of anything.
Especially at that time.
Yeah,
man.
that time was
Def Jam
confused.
was
Yeah.
out of fucking control.
And they shot it in Beverly Hills, which was like, why are you taking something
They took
that's
it- they took it
only
from New York.
New York,
And they-
like grit, and then put it into
But
this like
Because
shiny,
they
fluffy
figured that
fucking
the
place.
travel market, they were like, okay, let's hit this.
What I heard was since they didn't have a set host, because you remember they
Yeah,
had
they
different
switched all
Yeah.
hosts.
those.
They had to go to New York where everybody was available to plug in the host shit. I mean, to
came
LA. My bad. To LA.
They brought everybody. Like when they picked us up at the airport in the Def Jam van, they just went from gate to gate to gate, and we stopped at like Chicago arrivals, Detroit arrivals, fucking all these
like
arrivals,
like a fucking production line.
yeah, like, and everyone would just pile into the van, and then we would go. And I made friends with this one girl comic, and she was like, not until the day of the show did she know that I was a comic. She was like, girl, I thought you was a stylist.
She was like, you
That's
do my
good.
hair.
That's
You do
good.
my hair.
You know what's so
She's
funny?
looking at you like, it's
That's
showtime.
That's humble as
We were
fuck
just
though, because a
friends.
lot of people they were like, I'm in comedy, I do this.
Oh, yeah.
like, off
we
the
just
top,
made
like,
friends.
But you know what's so funny? She just assumed, she's like, oh, this white girl gonna do my hair good.
Yeah, like where are we
I'm
going
about to get my
shopping?
nails
We went to the
did.
mall together. We went shopping, but it was so interesting because no one really, everyone, even in the makeup chair, the girl that was doing my makeup. She goes, "What color you want me to make you?" I was like, "What the fuck?" I go, "I'm just me, man. I'm just me."
Are we black facing it up
But
or
I
what?
wore-
What are we doing?
No, I mean it
here?
was so weird. I was the only white person, but I wore a one-piece pleather outfit because Eddie, you know, it's like Eddie.
Hey, homage.
But they didn't.
Leather.
They
You should have
didn't
wore it
get
tonight.
I should have. Would have been sweating balls.
Bullshit,
right
you'd
now.
have slid clean out that motherfucker sitting in this hot bitch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kurt Fletcher. That's who I'm texting. He was letting me know.
Shout out Kurt.
He wants me to do his podcast Thursday. Let's see. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
Smitty just did it.
And, I was supposed to do it when we were in Phoenix. But I was after my show that Wednesday, I was fucked off. I couldn't do it. So yeah, this
you're
Thursday. Hell yeah, I'm old. Fuck that. I felt it was hot as fuck out there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
It was. When were you there? I was out there too.
supposed to hit
a few weeks
100.
ago.
Was it
month
2
ago?
weeks ago? No, it was a couple weeks. It was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Supposed to hit
Oh, yeah,
100
it was
this
like
whole
2
week.
weeks.
Yeah.
We looked out, it was raining and fucking overcast.
No, you
yeah.
lucked
I got
out. I was
caught.
there on the 2
That's
hot
true.
days, and then it fucking started
Oh,
raining.
I got
Yeah.
caught in the rain on the way home driving to
Yep.
Flagstaff. I got caught in a monsoon.
Yeah.
Shit's
It was-
scary as fuck. Oh my god.
I hate driving through Flagstaff. It's always like
Yeah.
a windstorm, snow. Like they get everything.
Something. They
Freaky.
get
And they'll
everything.
shut that whole fucking
In a
highway
hurry.
down.
You'll be
stuck
on
in
the
that
road.
bitch.
Yeah,
Yep.
they told us to get
Isn't
off.
that the grapevine it's called?
told
Like
us to get off.
the pass?
I don't know what
I
it's
don't know.
called. That's why I never drive to Vegas anymore because I've gotten stuck in Flagstaff like 3 different times.
Done fucked up your whole
And it was
trip.
like 3 different things:
I forgot.
wind,
We're going there in October.
wind,
It's gonna be
snow.
snowing, huh?
What is it? Wind, snow.
snow, and fucking
and cops.
Cops. Yeah, pretty much. When are you going to Vegas?
October 24th, I think.
Oh, yeah, we're there.
Gotta go see Primus.
No, you're good.
Let's go hang out with
You're
Larry.
good.
Larry, I want to go to Larry. I want to go to Primus with Larry.
No,
I
Larry.
wanna see Larry. I think Larry will, like,
Larry's not
break out
gonna
his
force
old
me to
school
do
days.
fucking heroin and goddamn 8 balls and shit.
Come on,
Come on, buddy. We're all doing it.
Just blow it off her ass.
don't worry about it, buddy.
I want to do coke with Larry.
No, I don't.
and then
wanna
go
do
see
nothing.
Primus. You're gonna have to poop the whole time. I
All right,
promise you.
I'm not
Oh,
doing
shit.
The
none of
brown
that
note.
shit.
What?
the brown
I'll have a
note,
burrito and a poop. Oh, no. I have the runs all night.
So, where have you performed here?
Here, Whiskey and Women at Hall of
Yep,
Spirits.
yep,
Couple
Hall of
times.
Spirits with
That was
Amory.
really fun. Yeah.
You got that was packed. That's always
yeah,
packed.
really good,
Yeah.
really good shows. And the weed, I did like a weed. I was telling you guys this earlier. I did a weed show at a.
Like one of those pop-ups.
Yeah,
You know what?
Like,
Little
it's like
someone
mariachi
asked-
mama,
pop-ups.
mariachi.
Did they pay you in
505. They didn't pay anything.
Somebody hit me up
So
to
they
do
have
one of those.
They have all these little weed pop up, like little like.
Yeah, they have
so
one coming
they're,
up.
They're trying to do it like how like LA used to do it, and like in Oregon, because they do these little pop-ups. They don't tell you where it's at until like the day.
Yeah, because it's illegal.
And by the way, they're like, "Oh, come over here to San Mateo and Zuni." You're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
the backyard of so and so.
What now? They're just secret pot parties or something?
It was
They're like
behind-
pop-ups. So what it is like they do little
Little pop-up
pop-ups
deals.
where people take all their products, they hang out. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
But it was like you could
they call them pop-ups.
you could go and buy if you don't have a card, you go to one of these pop-ups, you get set.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
be
because
set.
there ain't
Yeah.
no such thing.
It's like
you
a
don't
gun
need a
show.
car. You don't need
Yeah,
a
yeah,
car.
yeah.
It's like a gun
hard.
show.
You don't need
just
an
come
ID.
in. No,
You
you
don't-
just come in.
I don't. Well,
You pay $10 to get in.
what's his
That's it.
name from Sixx Son?
Yeah, that's the boys who
What's
run
his
it.
name?
That's the boys who
Troy?
run it.
Troy.
Sam.
Troy hit me and was like, "Hey, you
But
want?"
you were talking to Sam that
You
night.
would have
But-
done
but-
great at that show. Have you done that show before,
No,
Buck?
because Troy hit me up on IG.
Okay.
And he was asking me, was I free on, I don't know which date it was, but it was actually when I'm doing that roast battle shit. And he was like, "Yeah, they pay you in weed." I was like, "Bro, I don't smoke." Like,
Tell him to sell that. Tell him to sell that weed.
Sell it and give me the money.
Give me the money for it.
It's like, I know a weed guy, pretty nice, pretty close to me. Like, I don't need your shit. Like,
shit.
Oh, speaking of that, let me just shout out. I got to say real quick.
You got
real quick.
pat yourself on the back, Sixx.
Let me just pat. So I dropped a new business venture. We have a business that's called Cannabis.
Hey.
We're consultant agents. We do marketing promotions, and we do setups for people that need to have that want to try to get into personal grows at their house or commercial grows. We go and we indoor, we do greenhouses, we do all these setups for them.
Big shit.
Smart.
We bring people down on, we give them the information on the laws, the bylaws of it, the in and outs of everything, how the regulations on how to get your license or whatever. So
You just got the LLC, right?
I got the LLC
Just got
paperwork.
it.
I waited.
killer.
I waited to get it all together. I've been waiting on this for like 2 years. You know, just preparing, getting
Shit
it in.
finally came together.
Coming in. We got a couple of grow houses down south we're doing. We got one up north in Farmington. So like now, you
killer.
know what I mean. So it's dope. So it's Cannabis. Me and my partner John out there. Like it's gonna be dope. Now we talking about the weed thing. Yeah, now we can do it. June 29th. Everybody could grow legal at their house up to 12 plants. You
Yeah.
can have unlimited and veg. So come on, give us a call. We'll set you
Yeah.
all up nice and neat.
That's
What's
so
unlimited
funny.
veg?
Unlimited veg, 12 in flower. You could have like unlimited what what you carry, but and it's supposed to be 12.
'Cause
But you
usually
can't
they
you
get-
can't have more than 12 in flowering.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Unlimited veg.
They
that's
say
a
unlimited
lot.
veg, but I mean, what can you do with
Y'all
that?
just gonna make me be a weed head,
That's
huh?
nice.
Like,
So,
fuck it.
so it's dope. I mean, we just
You know what?
October
Doesn't the
5th,
gel smell?
October 16th. We just locked down the Southern New Mexico Cannabis Expo in Las Cruces at
Yeah,
the fairgrounds.
that's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be huge. Going to be hosted, and Rob's gonna be the comedian down there. You know
Nice.
what? I'll invite you. I'll bring you down there. What do you
Thank
think?
you.
wanna
I
go
love
down
it.
there?
Of course.
And you know what? I will pay you. You
Oh
won't
my
have
God.
to. It won't
Look
be
at
no.
that.
I won't be like, let me pay you in crack.
I hear about
Wait, she
Las
was like,
Cruces.
"Wait a minute, I want the crack. I can
Hold
flip
on
that
now.
shit."
But you know, right now, I'll bring you down there. It's going to be huge. Fairgrounds is a car show concert.
Yeah.
We do informational booths.
He'll set you up
for
with a hotel.
everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that sounds great.
So
Yeah.
right
I
now,
love
I
that.
tell you
Sounds
that.
great.
So we just locked. I was in Las Cruces today. We locked it all in. Got dispensaries behind us. Got smoke shops. So it's going to be cool in Las Cruces. So
I'm
it's gonna
so
be dope.
happy
So
for you. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
Sixx is the.
I'm glad this
Sixx
is
is
all
a
happening.
fucking hustler.
I
Sixx.
find
Yeah, but
This
this, is
guy-
about this is about time.
Motherfuckers
Yeah.
never had
When
a
I-
job.
When I was
Never
a
had-
junkie in New
I haven't
York
worked
City,
since I was 2.
when I was a junkie in New York City and I lost my apartment, I actually got to hand the lease over after I owed, I think, 9 or 10 months on the rent.
Holy shit.
And I got to hand the lease over to a friend of mine who was a grower and ended up paying all the back rent and took over the apartment and made it into a grow room.
That's
See?
what's up.
And it was an apartment in Lower East Side. Like in
that's
the
dope 'cause
90s, it was.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Very.
I was-
That was
Oh,
very
hell
risky.
yeah, it was
that's
my
crazy.
first job in New York after when I was a junkie. I met this other junkie guy, and he worked for a weed delivery spot. So I got to wear my roller skates because I grew up roller skating because my dad didn't have a car. My mom didn't have a car.
Like
Nobody
you
had
said,
a car.
a weed-
or the
that mean-
guy that
that
I
means, that
he's
means
not my
illegal
dad,
as shit.
some
Let me just
guy.
go on the
Yeah,
block
yeah.
and.
Oh, your stepdad.
No, he wasn't with my mom. It was the guy she dropped me off with a lot when I was younger, but I don't know if it was really.
Holy
What?
shit.
I don't know.
He won't take a DNA. I know him to this day.
He won't take one? Yeah.
He got real mad
he's
at me
your
when I
dog.
asked
Yeah,
him.
that's your pops.
So,
He won't take one.
Does he look like you?
yeah, he's one.
I don't know.
yeah, green
Because
eyes.
if I refuse
No.
to take one, that means that's my kid.
Is he,
Especially being
good.
black.
Hell no, I ain't taking no.
I'll
Fuck
think about it.
that.
All right, cool.
Kid
No,
look
he's
just
never
like
had
me.
a job or anything, so there's no money in it for
right,
him.
yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
So I gotta ask you. Let's get a little personal.
Yes.
We've been kind
More
of vague.
personal. Oh, okay.
So
vague.
so
Fine.
I say it's Get Wood.
Get Wood.
Is Jess single?
Jess is single.
There you go.
I had to kick
So
out the
it's-
dude during the pandemic.
So I was going to ask you,
shit.
how long have you been single? So since the pandemic,
Since I got to Albuquerque, so 8 months.
8 months.
Since I've been in
so
Albuquerque.
you've been in Albuquerque 8 months. So you
Yeah.
moved here during the pandemic.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And did you bring him with you or you met him
Voluntarily?
here?
Man, shut up. You were going to fucking Puerto Rico.
Volu-
and Hawaii.
No, I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about you voluntarily came to Albuquerque during the pandemic.
You should have
Did
seen-
you
I
not
left-
know that we were locked the fuck down? Like
Everybody was locked down, but it was
shit,
like
we
I
were
left
worse.
LA.
No.
But LA was
I've been everywhere that wasn't locked
disgusting.
down.
LA
yeah.
was disgusting.
Yeah, I heard.
Like
I
I
heard.
couldn't even walk outside. And the reason
I
I
heard.
lived in the neighborhood I lived in because it was all gang
What part of LA were you in?
East Hollywood.
Oh fuck.
So
no.
like
Oh.
there was mostly
Oh, yeah.
gangs.
Yeah,
and-
East Hollywood.
But that's
Yeah.
the reason I moved there because I knew, having grown up in LA, that wherever the gangs lived, it would be safe.
It'd be cool.
So
Better
you-
watch
you
out for
don't
the
get-
neighborhood.
Yeah, you don't get homeless encampments.
Yeah.
You don't get
Oh,
robbed.
man.
You don't get. And what they were doing in LA years before I moved back, when I was still in New York, was they had a law in LA that said if you were 3 or more Hispanic men standing or walking together, you were automatically considered a
Considered a
gang.
That was a
You're a
big
gang.
that was a big
They
thing.
arrested people, and it was
that.
for real estate, purposes,
Yeah.
as LA
Yeah.
usually is, as most big cities. Breonna Taylor, that
Yep.
was real estate. Like
Yeah.
everything
Yep.
is
All
like
of that.
all of
Everything.
that shit is tied into
Yeah.
real estate. So, so I had to leave LA. I just had to get out of there, and I was dating a couple dudes. I had 2 boyfriends.
Hey.
But as I tell everybody,
Dicks on deck.
let me tell you,
You're gonna fit in right in good with the BS show.
Dicks on deck.
I do tell everyone I had 2 boyfriends, but both of them put together didn't really make one.
Oh,
So
man.
it was kind of sad.
That's how raggedy they
That's
are.
pretty much how we
But
are.
they didn't start out
Like
homeless.
you need like 6 for a
but-
She had a
Voltron.
Voltron dude.
Well, they didn't start out homeless. One dude was
They
a
didn't start out. They're both.
Yo.
They ended up,
But
but they
after
both
this-
ended up homeless.
that's that tent pussy right
She
here.
got-
That's that tent pussy.
She gave her that Venice Beach vagina.
You fuck this, you're gonna end up in a
Pussy-
tent. You're not gonna want to pay
Pussy's so
bills.
good, you end up homeless.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to pay shit on your loans. Nothing. It'll all go
He said
down.
not
Hey,
pay
you-
shit on you.
That's the opposite of Albuquerque because here they get the homeless dudes, give them the pussy, and then give them the place to live.
Right.
That's the
And the PlayStation.
Well,
the PlayStation
And their car.
and their car. That's what you get when you
There's
come in.
handsome homeless. It's unfortunate. I see them here. I try not to catch their eye because
What they
they
call
see
them?
me. They're like,
Hobosexuals. Is that what they
Homosexuals,
call them?
yes.
please, I was on Kill Tony a few times. You know that show.
Oh, I love that
I
shit.
was on that show a few times, and they always had me for a long time interviewing me. Because I got stories.
Yeah.
So I was telling them about the homeless kid, the kid that got homeless in my neighborhood, who used to be he's my boyfriend, but then he got homeless. And he was like,
The kid?
The
he's
kid?
22. He's
Oh,
22.
okay.
Yeah.
You're knocking that
Hey.
young.
And
You're
he came
getting
after
that
me.
young
He came after me.
He had mommy issues.
I mean, he lived with his mom. Why didn't he need to fuck me? I don't
Right.
understand. I don't understand. But he was very handsome, lovely.
She had a flashback,
He was,
right?
Yeah,
well,
She had a dick,
Let me guess,
a
it
dick
was-
flashback.
She went-
big dick
she should-
flashback.
She had a dick flashback.
It's true. I did. I had
Her lip quivered.
I did. I had a momentary. Well, he was a very handsome. El
She
Salvadorian.
didn't know what to say. Salvadorian.
Where was he from?
Salvadorian,
Honduras?
Salvadorian, Mexican. He was a tall.
Did he speak
Salvador-
English?
Yeah, he was a first. He was here, but his
A
parents
first
were-
generation, second generation.
Yeah,
homeless?
second generation.
You made him homeless.
He-
Poor Salvadorian.
He,
I bet.
Second generation.
You know what's so
He's
fucked
not-
up?
he's
His
not
family,
homeless.
his family thought you was gonna be the savior. He's like, oh,
Right.
he's got a white bitch. She's gonna save us all.
They knew. From the building I lived in, they knew.
They
I
was
wasn't
like,
shit.
God
They
damn
knew I
it!
wasn't
This is the
shit.
white woman you fuck with.
Yeah, I was outside every day smoking blunts with Jamal, my neighbor Jamal.
Hell
like,
no.
"Ah."
Enrique, you done fucked up the wrong white bitch.
So you was fucking with the
So I was
what was
fucking
what
with
was
the
it?
young, I call him Landro because he picked me up at the laundromat
Landro?
and he was Hispanic.
Ain't this a
Landro.
bitch? Landro.
Elandro.
He was very sexy.
Landro.
He was very sexy. I actually had sex with him during the pandemic. We had masks and condoms. It was perfect.
Oh, I wouldn't have fucked.
Did you fuck him in the laundry mat?
You fuck with
Yeah.
the mask and the
Mask on?
condom?
Yes.
Hell no, I'd have pulled that bitch
Some
off.
kind of freak
Double
shit
bag.
right there.
Double bag.
Yeah, I would have took off the condom, leave the mask on, and leave.
Yeah, hell yeah, for real though.
Bitch, you tripping?
No, I don't. If I'm gonna get the pandemic, it's gonna be through your pussy.
Yeah, you gotta get the pandemic pussy.
The mask I could deal with. The condom we taking off.
I want that panty. I want the panty badge. I want the panty
You
badge.
got me twisted.
I want the panty badge. I don't want.
When I say I'm gonna double mask, it's not the dick. It's the face.
The dick has been on the crap table plenty of nights.
Times.
I feel like I have great luck with it, so I'm gonna keep rolling.
Syphilis, it's a pill I'm over with in 2 days.
Well,
the Rona, I might die.
So who was the other guy?
So the other guy was age appropriate, but he was a kind of a rock star wannabe guy who wore like tight jeans and his dick out. But he was a Mexican Italian, another giant sausage. And I was really living large.
A Mexican Italian
That's
with
dick
tight
for
jeans.
anybody who don't know.
Wow.
She's saying he's got a big dick.
That was Caucasian for dick, y'all. That's
I was
had a
Italian
big
for
dick.
the sausage.
Yeah.
They were giant. All that stuff, and they knew they knew who each other was, and they would say, "What's up?"
You got some
when
good
they
monkey then.
Yeah, they were.
If
good.
two dudes
They were
know,
they're dabbing like.
they're like, hey. Shit,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
And they call and the young guy called the other guy my boyfriend. He goes, so it looks like everybody really likes your boyfriend in the neighborhood. And I'm like, yeah, he's because he was always flamboyantly walking about with his tight jeans, like what's up, what's up, and he kind of looked like Cheech and Chong.
Well, as men, you don't want to be known as the boyfriend. You want to be known as the guy who's fucking.
The
boyfriend has more responsibility than the guy who's fucking.
He knew that the other guy who he called the boyfriend, he had a car, so he would drive me everywhere.
So
he was the boyfriend.
You have responsibilities.
But he was insane.
Landro just had the dick ready.
Yeah.
He was
just ready to fucking slap it.
At 22, see?
He was so. I asked him. He was so good at loving. I was like, "How did you know this?"
So good at loving.
God, he was
He
good.
said,
did he speak to you in different languages when he was fucking?
No, he just did he just knew what the fuck he was, and
He
he
was just
knew
like-
all the everything.
Because his
And I
mama
was like,
taught him
what the
well
fuck?
in
No, he
Salvadorian.
said he was watching the webcam girls, and where they touched themselves, he goes, that looked like it felt good for her, so I'll go on you like that. I'm like, God damn.
This motherfucker watching the.
He was cute, but he wanted to
If that's the
also
case-
join me and the boyfriend. He's like, what about if we all
Oh, so he had
together?
As
I'm
a
like,
train or
what, like
as
Lucero
a
masks?
Wait,
and me?
as a
no.
train,
Like he
or was
wanted-
he wanting to be?
No, like a menage a trois, like
But
something romantic.
Yeah,
you know?
but just.
Well, hold on.
I know.
We've
With more than
talked
two
about-
guys.
yeah. Yeah.
More than two.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's my
Yeah.
definitions, because people always throw the word threesome.
Threesome.
A threesome to a
You're gonna say
heterosexual
it's a guy and two girls.
is a guy and two
And
girls.
so you're very uptight.
No, but let me tell you something. Because everyone is receiving pleasure from everyone, even the two girls and the
Will
guy.
be on each other.
Yeah. So, and when I hear threesome, that means three people are receiving pleasure from
all
any
three.
of the three.
I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Well, I know. I'm talking about Landro. I'm talking about Landro.
He didn't mind. He was like, I never did it.
So he got
I thought it
pleasure?
would
So
be
he wanted
like.
to be with the
Did he get
dude?
pleasure from the dude?
I didn't let him come.
Jess-
I didn't fuck with those
Jess-
two together. You don't
Jess-
cross streams.
Well, we know you didn't, but did he want?
Did he want to?
He wanted to.
Jess, what kind of pussy do you have? Where you're getting foreign
pussy, homeless.
20-year-olds that's like, I'm willing to fuck with some dick
And then a
to get to your
Mexican
pussy.
Italian Axl Rose.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. For sure.
An Italian Axl Rose.
100%. 100%. They were out of their minds.
Axl Rose.
The both of them were out of their fucking mind. But the boyfriend called the.
I've never had any pussy that makes me be like, you know
El
what?
Chapo Rose over there.
I never had no pussy that I'm like, you know what would be great to take this to another level? Let's
By
call
Sixx
Sixx over.
And I'd be like,
Sixx.
bring.
Let's Sixx. Nah.
What up, dog?
I'd be like,
I'm there.
Yeah.
Sixx.
I'm greasing up as we speak.
I met this monkey that's so wonderful. I want to watch you fucking, and then I want you to fuck me. Hell no. Fuck no. Hell no.
That is not the way it works. I've done it before.
If you
with
ever
two
say that
boys.
in my
But
ear again, Rob.
Look, Sixx threw his fucking shit off. I'm like, Sixx.
If you ever.
Scott. No, I got to call you Scott. Scott.
Scott, it's Robert.
No, I'm just
I got this
saying,
chick over here.
Yeah, that's what.
God, it's Robert.
Yes, Robert. Robert.
Right. Robert calling Scott for a threesome.
Robert. No, I got to say the whole thing. Robert Buck D. Gibson.
Yes.
So I know.
Scott
So you
Sixx
know
BBL.
exactly who he
Well,
is.
Rob-
No, I
Robert it
think
is.
for a threesome it'd be Robert Gibson. No Buck D. A train would be Buck D.
Yeah, the train is Buck D.
Yeah.
A threesome with another man.
I'm absent.
Gibson.
Fuck no. I'm absent. That's what the fuck I'm
calling in sick that day.
Because
Robert
I feel
Gibson
like
and Scott
a threesome
Pigliano.
is everyone just
You're fucking.
this. A train is where I'm holding my dick in my hand, waiting for him to get done.
And then we
Oh,
go
when
in.
you
Yes,
got
I
the
know what it is.
torso?
Are you
Yes.
explaining for your audience?
Yeah,
I know what the
because
difference is.
I am because
Because
a lot
they
of
don't
people
know.
get this all fucked up.
They think
well, get it-
threesomes.
They think a train
Get
is a
it
threesome.
together.
And it's
Get it
not.
together,
no.
folks. No, and the boyfriend. Listen, let's get focused. The boyfriend used to call Landro Bob, and I asked him one day, "Why do you call him Bob?" And he goes, "You know that movie La Bamba?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, Bob was the brother that died." Or no, Bob was the brother that died. He didn't die. He didn't die.
Yeah,
And she goes,
yeah.
I wish it was you, Bob.
I wish it was you,
And
Bob.
that's what
Yeah.
he's referencing. I go, this is why I fuck you. This is why I fuck you, because you make the
man.
La Bamba reference to the fucking guy that I'm also fucking.
So were y'all, you and the rocker were fucking this talking about Landro?
And Landro would talk about my
Talk about
boyfriend.
it.
Yeah, and they
See,
bumped
that's-
cigarettes off each
Where
other.
do
They
they-
saw each
they-
other.
They
in the
hang out.
streets.
They
They
just-
didn't hang out.
they
But they
make-
saw each other
They
at
saw
six.
each other. What's
Like,
up?
how would you
Dancing at
see?
the
How would you
door?
see each other? Like where? Like
We need women
On the
like
street.
we need more women like you,
Yeah.
Jess.
On the street.
They
I don't
make
know.
women like you in petri dishes because they
Oh,
don't
there's a
make
lot of
them
those
real.
women in New York.
All right.
They don't make them like that no more. Everybody's
I
so
was
possessive.
getting all mine. I was
Yeah.
getting what I needed. But the funny part about Landro, and I wanted to bring this up because you guys were talking about having paperwork to fuck, right?
Yeah.
So Landro would disappear for days at a time or weeks at a time, and I didn't know. Maybe he was locked up. You know, he was doing his thing. And I remember one day I ran into him in the street, and he goes, "Hey, you think I could come up?" And I go, well, I haven't seen you in a while. And he goes into his pocket and he breaks out a fucking clean bill of health. And he's like, "Hey, this is, look at the date."
See, that's what I'm saying.
And I was like,
Wait.
well,
He
let's
was
go
on
upstairs.
shit. That
Wait.
means- That means he was fucking
That's
a
New
lot of
York.
bitches.
Yes,
So
and
the-
they came up, but made
The real
sure.
question is, did he get to hit it raw that night?
No.
God, no.
Even with the
if I
clean
show
bill of health?
paperwork,
No.
I'm
'Cause you know
hitting
why?
guts.
Listen, let me
if I
tell you
show
something.
paperwork, I want the raw diggity.
The
Fuck
amount
that.
of fertility that sits in this body, you talk dirty to me. I'm fucking pregnant.
Oh,
so
there you
I
go.
was like, I have a 22-year-old with a big
See?
old cock coming in all the time. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's
you
full
can't
of-
risk
You
that
can't.
shit. And he was very responsive. He's like, I don't want a fucking baby. I don't want a baby. I
You don't
want a
want
baby.
kids ever?
And I loved. Do I know? And did he? No. And that was great. Now the fucking other one, the rocker, Mr. fucking Bob, he fucked me raw all the time and wanted to come inside me. I was like, I want babies. I want all kinds of babies. But he already had a baby that he didn't take care of.
You
And I was
see
like,
the
get
fucking.
the fuck
Wait
out
a
of my
minute. Hold
pussy.
on.
You would
Hold
trust
up.
Bob. You would trust Bob.
Thank you.
That
Hold
said he
up.
not, Bob
Hold
nutted
up.
in you.
Bob got the-
was nutting
Bob
in you
got
like
the raw
a man.
dog. And he wanted a kid, and the guy who was the most responsible never got to
Raw
fucking
dog.
feel the rawness.
It's true.
Look at how this is
You
so
did-
fucking
you did.
hypocritical.
But I
You
did
did
talk
Landro
about this.
dirty.
Listen, I talked about it on. I talked about it on.
Poor
I know,
little,
Landro.
poor little Tink Tink.
I know, he's safe.
Poor Tink Tink.
Sleeping in the stairwell.
Right.
And,
And now they're both homeless.
well, the rocker lives in his van.
Maybe they live together in his
Well,
van.
he's still
I don't think
homeless.
they live in- Yeah, it's by choice. By
They
choice.
probably kicked you out and started their own relationship.
Relationship.
No, that's for sure no.
They're like,
the rocker used to
we
fuck
could come in
chicks.
each other.
No, the rocker used to fuck chicks all the time. He was a Lyft driver, and he used to fuck his passengers.
Oh.
And he told me one night I got in his
This is
car
so
and
funny.
he had toe marks on the windshield. I said, "Is there toe marks on your fucking windshield?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Did you fuck a chick in here?" And he goes, "Yeah, she had great energy."
Only a woman who's used to fucking in the car would know about toe marks. Like it would be
recognizable.
You
could have been finger
you'd be like,
marks.
hold up, I know what
could not
this
be
is.
finger, like-
I've been in this position
You know, lift
before.
your toes up and match
Yeah, she
them.
didn't match her toes. Yep. You had some
toes.
legs up.
What-
See,
what
this is
monkey
the
been-
reason.
yeah,
Why,
yeah.
this is the reason why I got a fucking vasectomy during the Rona. Fuck
There you
that.
go,
Because
there
I
you
felt
go.
like there was nothing else to do but to drink and fuck during the Rona.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I was drinking over here, and I was like,
But he wasn't fucking.
I wasn't fucking over here, but I was like, I'm too old.
That was
I'm
the
not
work
fucking
fan.
have no fucking kids. Hell no. No.
Nope. Good decision. No,
Poor
my
Landro.
mom drove me to my first abortion. She was like, "Children, they ruin your life." I was like, "Get it out of here, Mom! Hurry!"
Drove you.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was the talk you guys had on the way? Or was no
Children
talk?
ruin your life.
So she basically
like, step on
said
it,
that
Mom.
you ruined her life.
Step on it.
She looked as she was
She
looking
basically
at you.
looking at you like, yeah, kids ruin your fucking life.
I'm an
These
only child.
motherfuckers.
That's the only kid. My life would have been way different.
These white bitches that you have.
I was set to fucking star in Gone with the Wind. Then you fucking came along.
For 9 months, I didn't get a fucking job. For
real.
9 months, bitch.
Yo, that's
For
some real shit, though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
some...
No, she used to tell me all the time she hated white people. She hated white. I prefer children of color, Jessica. I'm like, well, I guess I should get the check. It's been a nice dinner, Mom.
You're like, bitch, you should have fucked someone
She
else.
still didn't listen to her
That's what
mom
I
because
said.
you would have been letting Landro hit the shit raw and not the fucking
Yes.
rocker dude.
Yeah.
Not Axel.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I gotta ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Going off of what happened to you with your mom, Sixx, would you drive? I think it's easier for a son. Because you drive your son, and your son was like, "Yo, this chick's pregnant. I can't take her to the abortion clinic. Dad, can you take her?"
I'd be like, that's your responsibility. Like, but I would give him fucking Uber money or something. But bitch, I ain't driving no young bitch. So
Yeah, Sixx don't want to be. Sixx to be like,
people see
they'll
me
be like, they'll take a picture. It has your car with
Yes,
Sixx on the back
Sixx.
of it.
They be like-
Sixx was with a fucking 17-year-old.
they'll be like, oh, you have your punch card?
Yeah, they'd be like, Mr. Bibiano.
I always talk
Mr.
about that.
Bibiano, you haven't been here in a couple of decades.
Yes. Do you want to validate your parking?
Me? Like, if like
I
on
think
the real?
I think it'd be a little bit different if it was your daughter. You were taking.
If my daughter hit me right now, I was like,
Like,
Dad,
You would do it.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, the
I don't
stud-
want it.
the
I ain't
stud
told.
guys
I haven't
shot
told
us.
Mom. Blah blah blah. You goddamn
Damn
right.
I know you would.
What?
Would?
I would call to make the fucking appointment, and I'm gonna take you because I've been here before.
That's your grandbaby.
I'm gonna. No, it ain't.
That's your grandbaby.
Kids ain't real to men until they fucking come out of the monkey, bro.
That's your
A woman
And-
can be
and some-
nine
and for
they
some-
can be
poor little
9.5 months pregnant, and we'll be still looking like,
And for some-
Poor
and
little
I don't
grandbaby.
know.
And for some dudes, it
We'll be
still
like,
don't make a difference.
the baby be kicking and punching,
Right.
and like,
I don't
I
know.
don't know, man.
Really? You don't
like,
think that you
What?
you think that the baby's not a baby until it comes out of the
no, I
vagina?
didn't say that. It's not real to us.
Yeah.
It like
real.
even with Tasia,
It's
my
not
last
real
daughter,
for motherfuckers now when they
bro,
come out.
that she looked like a fucking hurricane coming to Florida on that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
no feeling at all. No.
Not the same as the mom.
Yeah, because
It's not
inside
real.
her. Yeah.
It looked like, to me, that shit looks like, you remember in
When I heard
in
the
science
heartbeat-
class where you put the metal shavings under the magnet and move the shit around? That's what it looked like to me.
So, Larry, you wouldn't?
If my daughter hits me and she makes that choice, and I'll let her know, I'm like, look, this is a choice you have
How-
to make.
let's
I
talk
don't
about
know.
how old.
I
So
don't
you'll
know.
give her
how
the
old?
talk.
What? How
It
old?
don't matter. Does
Oh.
it matter? How
Kind
old?
of.
Now. What do you mean? Shit, I don't.
She's 18.
She's
right?
18.
Okay.
Like,
So-
if my daughter hit me, I would give her this talk. I would say yes, and then I would say, look, there's a lot of things that I don't understand that you may go through mentally or whatever, but if this is what you want to do, I'm your father. I'm there for you. Because I think a lot of men fuck up their kids with whatever they do and will push them to a whole different direction by not being supportive.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
push.
If-
I'm definitely supportive.
Like, I'm supportive. That's like me being mad if she likes women. That's bullshit. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And a lot of dudes be ignorant to that shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm not
you never
that
know. That'll actually make you closer to your child.
Well, yeah, you're respecting their individuality.
Yeah, I don't have shit to do with that.
Right.
Yeah, and there's
They're
nothing you
separate
can
human
do.
Man,
beings.
shit I can. Was I there when you was fucking? No.
But there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it because they're
Nothing.
going to do what they
They're
want
gonna
to
do
do.
it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have it and then resent you and be like, man, I came to you and I opened up
Just
and look
like
what
Quentin
happened.
Tarantino. Did you hear
Oh,
about
where he
that
didn't
motherfucker?
fucking give his mom no
Yeah,
money.
he told her like
Not a penny.
not a fucking penny.
You know, us Gen Xers, we have a lot of problems with our parents because they just weren't
Me too.
there.
I don't know why.
And
You know?
that was from his
Nobody was
childhood
there.
days.
Yeah.
The
fucked up.
resentments stay very
When I was
long.
6, my mom said something, fuck you, bitch. When I grow up and make all this money, mom's probably like, yeah, right, fuck her. Now,
Not in Mexico. Not
Well,
Mexico.
when my mom saw me on the
Now
internet, she
what?
must have thought I was
I said
famous
not
because she
Mexican.
reached out like a
Mexicans are always
motherfucker.
taking
Oh,
care of
yeah?
the family.
I met my mom when I was 21.
no,
Oh, wow.
There's a lot I
And
know.
Who
when
raised you? Your grandma?
yeah, partly, and my mom's oldest sister actually adopted us.
Oh, nice.
When no,
No,
fuck
not
no,
nice.
No?
hell no,
Auntie, wasn't like a
at all.
party man.
hell no, fuck
Lots of
no.
abuse,
No,
lots of-
we were fucked over.
Rob couldn't even get ice cream.
No, we couldn't. No,
Dude,
no.
that
wasn't
story.
allowed
That
ice cream.
story. That story about the ice cream, dude.
That's a true story.
Oh my god.
So I'll tell you. Since
Just
now they
tell it
fucking
real quick. You got
so I was
the short version.
we used to sneak and get ice cream because we were born in a house where don't go in the once the fridge is closed at night, don't open it. I don't give a fuck how hungry, how thirsty, whatever.
The good shit was for the adults.
The good shit was for the adults. And so you know the ice cream where you have it in a bucket and you open it and it's smooth on the top.
Don't forget the noise.
Yeah, you open it when you first do it. So my room was by the kitchen. So I would take the ice cream in my room. And I love chocolate ice cream. So this one time, man, I opened it and that shit was chopped up and it had chunks of chocolate in it. And I was like, oh, they got the new kind. This is off the chain. I'm doing the happy dance. I eat 2 fat ass bowls, put it back in the fridge. I smooth that bitch over, like so nobody will know.
He was skimming the top.
I was skimming off the top, smooth it back over. And my uncle, which is my aunt's husband, never would get up in the morning. Never. This motherfucker was up reading the paper. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But my stomach was fucked up. I was like, yo, I never get sick, man. I'm shitting. I shit like 5 times within 10 minutes. He goes, who ate that ice cream? Me. I don't know. I ain't had none. I ain't even know no ice cream was up in there. I'm doing extra lies, like all this shit. I didn't even know we had a freezer. I'm lactose intolerant. I don't even like ice cream. So when he says that, I run back to the bathroom. Shit. Comes back. He's still sitting there. He's like, I tell you what, if you tell me who ate that ice cream, I'll let you stay home from school. Because we had perfect attendance. I don't give a fuck if your foot was chopped off, your neck, you had to go to school.
That was the babysitter.
Which actually was fun for us because we was like, we'd rather go to school than stay here. Home. So I said, yeah, I had a spoonful. Beat my fucking ass. Send me to school. Come to find out, he fucking laced the shit with a bunch of X-Lax. So he knew I had ate the shit. Mm-hmm. To this day, I hate chocolate ice cream. I can't stand it. I hate it because I get sick to my stomach. I get Jill buys Neapolitan. Ask her. I'll shave the 2 sides and leave that middle strip.
Bring you to a flashback. Fucking Neapolitan, bitch.
And I look at my daughter. I look at Taysha. I was like, how the fuck do you eat that fucking nasty ass chocolate?
Because nobody fucking abused her.
Yeah.
No one made her.
No, but
shit
see,
for
that's
days.
the household we grew up in. So I met my mom when I was 21. She was 34, so she had me at 13, and she lived in Ogden, Utah. All places. I was living in L.A. I go to Ogden, Utah, and we're partying. I met her like 3 days before her birthday. October 21st is her birthday.
Excited.
Get there. I have like 4 G's cash on me. I'm like, I'm finna show out my mom. We finna party in this bitch. So we party, and then I had like probably like $3,700 cash, and she saw me. She was like, this isn't LA, but people will steal from you. Don't take all that money to the club. So I put like $3,400 in her drawer. We go out, come home. I wake up. I got fucked up. I wake up. My money's gone, and she's gone. So I'm looking through shit. I look in the drawer. What the fuck? Scouring pad, pipe, screen. Fuck, she got me.
Shit.
So I throw all this shit in the middle of the floor. She comes home. She looked like pure evil. She went from a friendly face to fucking just evil. She's like, I never fucking told you to find me. All that type of shit. Get the fuck out. I'm calling the cops.
I'm not your mom.
I'm not your mom. I didn't ask you. All that shit. And I was like.
She was all about it the night before.
Oh, hell yeah. And I was like, I knew it though. I was like, this bitch got me, bro. And I was so fucking green just because, oh, my mom. I was on that shit.
Well, of course. Who would it be? I mean, my God.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have to be a fucking sociopath to not have any kind of feeling
it was crazy
about it.
because my sister we flip-flop. Because I was like, no, she had 2 kids at 15. She was on the streets. She was in L.A., blah, blah, blah. You never know.
Is that what you were born?
Yeah.
L.A.?
Yeah. Martin Luther King. Well, it's called King Drew Hospital now, but it was Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital. And so my sister she never wanted to meet her. Fuck that bitch. Da, da, da. I was like, man, nah, you don't know. So when that shit happened, she turned. She was like, fuck. She was like, first she was like, fuck her. But then when my grandmother passed like 3 or 4 years later, they met for the first time. We all met for the first time, and they sprung it on us. Well, my grandmother knew she was dying. We didn't know at the time, so my grandma invited us all. She lived in fucking Chatsworth. We go to her spot. She lived 2 fucking houses away from Brian McKnight. So we go, and we're just looking, and everybody's acting weird. I said, what the fuck's wrong with people? But my grandma looks physically, something's wrong. I was like, something's wrong with grandma. I think that's why everybody's here. It was her birthday. They go to the fucking, my uncle goes to the fucking airport, picks my mom up, and is like, Jean's here. Because that's her name, Jean. I was like, God damn. I had to act right.
You.
Yeah, I had to act right because it was my grandma's house. My grandma did not play that bullshit. So her and my sister got close. She lived in Vegas now. Then my sister was like, oh, I want her to move to Dallas with me. I was like, sis, don't do that. She did. She goes to Dallas. She was on that shit. And my oldest daughter lived in Fort Worth, so she would go to my sister's house every weekend. And she was like, Dad, Grandma, and my nephew's like, Grandma wake up in the morning talking about spiders are on her. And I was like, oh, man. She's coming off that shit. She's coming off. She's coming off. I was like, yo.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Something's happening. Man, I remember I was here and I get a call from her, my mom. She's like, I'm out. She talked to me like I was a gangster. I'm out, she called me something, little baby. I'm out, little baby. I'm out this bitch. Dude, I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Nah, I'm out. This slow boogie ass city, blah, blah, blah. And she went back to Vegas because she couldn't take the withdrawals no more. Left the kid, because my sister worked nights. Left my daughter and my 2 nephews at home by themselves.
And just bounced.
Just bounced, bruh. Called my sister.
Nephews?
My daughter was probably like 9.
Oh, that's too
8.
young. Nighttime?
7, 8, or 9. One of those, in that range.
That's young.
Yeah, it was fucked up. I called my sister. I said, oh, you got to get home. Something ain't right. So now I said, I told you. But she had to see it for herself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, so that's my shit. And as far as my dad, I'm like, if my mom went that bad, I definitely don't want to meet my pops. Fuck that shit. Like, hell no. This motherfucker be a mass murderer. Like,
Leroy.
You want to eat my ass or some shit. I'm gonna fuck that shit.
So you got shot?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Hello. Hi.
Where did you get shot?
In my knee.
In the kneecap.
Who the fuck shot you in the kneecap?
Oh, it was a drive-by.
So you were in L.A. or New York?
I was in L.A.
Okay. How old were you?
I was 14.
Oh, shit.
God.
I was hanging
That's
out
when
with
you're
the gangs.
hanging out with fucking little Esque.
17th
little
Street,
mousy.
Santa Monica.
Well, I was actually with a different gang. I think it was Clanton or White Fence.
Oh,
because I was
shit.
in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
and we
yeah,
were
yeah.
walking in Hollywood, and somebody shot at us, and I got it.
Popped in the knee.
Yeah.
The
No one
motherfucker
else
who,
did.
that's who always gets hit in the drive-by. The motherfucker who ain't got shit to do with
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
And I always talk about it too. I'm like, I was shot in a drive-by, and I don't take it personally because I was wearing velvet. So what gang is velvet,
That's
right?
nice.
The Velvet Gang.
So stupid. Yeah.
That's
Full
why you
velvet
got
body-
shot.
A velvet body.
So
That's
dumb.
why you got
I'm
shot.
like, who the fuck is that?
Shoot that motherfucker with the velvet on.
With the glowing skin out here in the night.
She's bringing the credibility down in the hood.
Everybody thought I was crazy. They always made fun of it. They snapped on me constantly.
Mr.
You
I
think you're
recognize. He
wearing
says,
fucking-
my pops was a crackhead, and as a kid, he would let me have 20 when he came around, then take it back later on that night. Well, hey, I recognize. Let me tell you. So when I got adopted, my uncle was he was a lush. We knew if we stayed up past midnight, he was coming home drunk as fuck, but he had pockets full of cash, and we would just take all his shit. Well, I would, because my sister was too scared, and I would divvy it up with her, and she'd be like, "Yo, you're so." I'm like, man, fuck him. He don't know. He's drunk. He never would. I did that shit for maybe 4 or 5 years. He never knew. And I was funding all of our shit, man. I was like, we eating good at lunch. We buying shoes, all this shit.
That's so nice. No, I was barely dressed. I didn't have underpants till I was 11. I wasn't. School was.
So you didn't
nothing.
have
I was not
oh,
allowed to do
wow.
the Pledge of Allegiance. I was not allowed to say it at school. So I was in trouble every single day. I was in the principal's office.
You was,
Yeah, that
you
was
was
big back
She
then.
was like, hell yeah, you was like a part of the Black Panthers,
My
but
mom
not
was-
really.
No draws and don't
No
say the
panties. She was free catting it and fucking not saying that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of dysfunction, and there was a lot of like no one was really around, so we just did whatever
what you
we
wanted to
could.
do,
But
yeah.
because I was so scared, my mom had scared me. The vegan thing, she had scared me of real food. So I was frightened. Like I was frightened of the wrong shit. Like I was frightened of like hot
thought
dogs.
it would fuck you up?
Yeah, like hamburger.
Well, at that
like,
time, it
that
probably
shit
would have
would
fucked
fuck
you
you.
up because if that's
You're
all
not
you
used
were
to
on,
eat,
Yeah, but
Your
I started
stomach would-
eating. It
like
didn't
give an
fuck me up.
Ethiopian a fucking
Yeah.
spam sandwich, they'll probably blow up.
I don't know. I did fine. Once I started eating meat, I was like, give me another burger. Please give me another fucking
started
burger.
enjoying the
Oh
meat.
my God. Oh my God. But I was starving most of my life because it was just, she didn't. So, speaking
you
of
had was
labels,
carrot
carrot
juice.
juice. And a lot of like squash and chard
Oh.
and shit like that.
Wow.
But
Ours was chicken hearts and beets.
but there's nothing, yeah. So, but I think the label thing is a great thing to bring back because I think people that take labels like comedian.
Yeah.
But my mom took the label hippie, and she decided that works
That's
for
what-
her
that's what she
because
is,
she didn't bathe, she didn't dress, she didn't have underwears, she didn't have a job, she didn't have, it was all just everything. But it was
Just
like
free,
under
living.
this label of
Yeah.
that. But they
Living
were
free.
Yeah, but her man was violent as fuck. Like slept with his guns, threatened her every day. Like it was
Yeah.
it was the violent hippies. So
There was a violent damn.
yeah, they were drugs.
Yeah, the Charlie
and-
Manson ones.
Yeah, they were
I was about to say,
There's a
don't
lot
get more
of-
violent than that motherfucker.
My God.
bad vibes. Yeah,
Free love and free death. Goddamn shit.
there was a lot. Yeah. So, but
Coincide with each other.
but also your sexuality, being a young girl, a little girl, and
Yeah.
ecstasy was flowing a lot, and people were very, sexual with us, like they sexualized the children really heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time I got into, junior high, I wasn't fucking the cholos, but like I had met a girl on the bus, this white girl, and she's like, "Oh, you're funny and you're cute. You should come with me to my grandma's house." And I was like, "All right, grandma lived in Beverly Hills." I was like,
Oh,
"Ooh,
hell
I've
yeah.
never been in Beverly Hills before." I was like, "Go to grandma's
I'd
house."
have been stealing shit. I
went
ain't
in-
even gonna lie.
She had this like Liberace style apartment, like everything's white and the furs and the things and the good chandeliers and all this shit, and I'm just hungry, and so she's
Got some carrot juice.
Bitch,
in
give
his
me a
bed.
sandwich.
she's like,
Don't make it carrot
"Oh,
juice.
you girls." So she put us to work, and she made us escorts for old men in Beverly Hills. So we would
How
go.
old were you?
That was junior high.
Grandma was a
14.
pimp. No wonder she lived like
grandma was a
Liberace.
pimp.
Yo.
And they'd peel us off like a 20 at the
I
end.
was gonna say, probably give you
and
some
they'd be
bullshit.
Like, "Here, girls,"
And you thought
we'd
it
be
was
like,
money.
"Oh,
You thought it was
shit."
money.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I'll suck a dick all day for $20, and then I was like, "What, Jessica?" I mean, not till
You know what?
later in my life.
Damn, it's only doubled to $40
It was
now.
really,
That's
During
crazy.
that time, it was really bad in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like as far as kids.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
whole
kids, the
because it was a
exploitation.
lot of children on the street, man,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
doing whatever.
because we weren't being watched, so they were like, "Oh."
Free-
You want a little money? You need some
Yeah,
money?
yeah.
You're hungry? You
And
want to get
20
some
back
booze
then's a
or
lot
whatever?
of fucking
Oh,
money.
forget it.
Like, yeah.
That was like
I was buying.
I got
Six-
I got a 20 sack for you right now.
Six talking about inflation and doing all this shit. Six was like 20 was really 100 back in the day, so that was pretty good.
It's still that way today.
But I mean, really, but I lucked out because I survived all this shit. Like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
my
yeah.
friends that I came, most of my friends that I came up with, they're not around anymore. The girl whose grandma did that with us, she died with a needle in her arm at a motel on Sunset
wow.
Boulevard. Like she's like
So
a
you
movie.
made it out the gutter.
Yeah, like
You
I
really
left.
did.
I was
Please
like, I
tell
gotta get
me.
the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Please tell me, Jess, you're writing a book. Please.
I
tell me.
have. I'm with a lit agent right now,
That's
and I'm
what's
writing
up.
it. Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
one of my goals to write a book. That's something
hardest
that I
thing
always.
I ever did.
And that's what I'm kind of afraid of because you got
It's
to pull out
emotional.
all that shit.
Yeah.
And you got to put it on paper
Yeah.
because if you don't tell the real, you'll feel incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be like, I got to be real honest about this shit.
Yeah, and you can't not. I mean, you're like, I feel like now that we've talked for a while,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
we have some similar ideas about life, and I think that, once you pull it all up and you put it out, it's an exorcism of sorts.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It helped me psychologically. It helped me. It was very
It
hard.
molds you, actually.
Well,
It's-
and also,
it's
you know what helped me because
Tough.
during my shit, I thought I was so unique.
Yeah.
And then when you go out in the world and you're like, holy shit, it's a shitload of us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I can. It's not so embarrassing.
I
It's not
easier to-
so.
I guess I
Makes it
wasn't
easier to
cute
cope.
enough.
No,
No, Larry.
no, Larry.
I wasn't cute enough. Were you touched when you were a kid?
He was doing the touching.
Yeah,
what are you
I'm like-
talking about? Remember, he
If
was
you
fucking
consider-
at 12.
If you,
What the
consider,
fuck?
if you consider a 7-year-old with like a 13 or 14-year-old woman being touched,
Yeah, that's
Yes.
touch, bro. That's
inappropriate.
Because think about it. If you could say the same thing about a 13-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl, that's the same shit. It's that's where I think people
I grew up in an era
up.
where it's like, you got to.
Yeah, bro. Like that was wrong. That was fucked up.
That's wrong.
If there's grass on the field.
remember that was the same. That was the same.
Dude,
You felt
play the game.
You felt a little stubble. You're like, oh yeah.
She's right. She's prime.
Like in the right light, there's a shadow of a beard.
She has more grass than I have right now.
Because you hear about all these boys getting like molested by women teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then most guys, like, from our era are like, lucky bastard.
But see, that is more okay. Let me tell you what. To me, that's more mental manipulation than any fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like for a grown ass woman.
Yeah, it's not okay.
No,
it's not
No,
okay.
it's not. It's
But
not.
it was
but
a
what Larry's
different
saying for a guy is like,
time.
oh yeah, you're fucking the teacher. Like,
Yeah,
but that's why.
the manly thing.
But see, that's why I say it's more mental fucking manipulation.
I didn't
because
you can't say
you know
your bros
what?
weren't all like, yeah, good
Because
job.
you know
I didn't
what?
brag about it.
You know
I
why I
was just
say it's
trying to
more
pass
mental
the class.
manipulation? Because the boy would think it's really fucking okay. Like the girl would be like, I know this ain't right, but he's authority figure, and the kid boy would be like, hell yeah, I'm fucking this
hitting
bitch.
this shit.
Like that's
A's
fucked up
all day.
That's fucked
That's
up.
exactly what I thought.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
No,
Power
It's a thought
corrupts.
process. Yeah.
yeah.
It is. That's a
Shout out to Creep says she's more of a nigga than some of the niggas we know.
Probably all of them.
Every fucking last one.
She just got her black card tonight.
Hell yeah.
Well, she's had her black card.
Oh, she's been had it. Once you got shot, fucking kneecap.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, it's talking about you. Yeah,
She
yeah.
got the
it's
black
talking about
card.
you.
She got the Mexican card.
She got all the cards.
She got every
man.
race card
She
right
just
now.
fucking just shuffling them right now,
Right.
throwing them out.
Get
Whatever.
out of jail free cards. Get
All
out
of
of
that
get out of
shit.
race some free cards.
I did some native stuff on my show, and this white girl came for me.
Oh,
about
God.
it. And I was like,
That was
that's
for the
so
one.
funny. I said, you came for me, but the dude who I did it about, he fucking loved
Loved
it.
it.
So
But that's always the
It's an
case.
honor. It's an honor thing. To me, I'm honoring the people I've met by
Yeah.
giving you a piece of them from me. This
Yeah.
is who I met, and this is what I get to tell you guys about,
You know what I've learned from that? The people who get upset is you're pulling a layer back and exposing them that they're so uncomfortable with looking at.
Yeah.
It's for a while I used to get mad. I'm like, what the fuck? But then I realize everyone who gets upset, you pull their fucking panties to the side and there's nothing there. It's just them, and it's exposing who they really are, and they don't like it. You
Yeah.
put that mirror to them, and they're like, "Fuck, I don't like this shit." Why are they talking about? They'll take it personal.
I think they have such issues with their own thoughts on that
Yes.
particular race or person or whatever what I'm representing. And they go, "Oh, well, she can't do that because I think."
Yeah,
Yes.
they
But it's like,
personalize.
But
it.
at the same time, don't come to a comedy show and have that feeling.
Yeah.
I think I'm like you're coming here. It's jokes.
It ain't got
It's
shit to
funny.
do with you,
Nothing
man.
like,
Nothing to do with you.
go see your fucking therapist. Don't come here like
Exactly.
you're here like what we say is not for your therapy to make you feel like you make me feel a certain way. Like
No.
either come and laugh or shut the fuck up.
Do you think as a comic is anything off limits?
No, if it's funny, no,
Oh yeah.
no.
I fucks with it.
Exactly.
Joan Rivers was doing 9/11 jokes on September 21st.
Right.
So
Shit, I think the 12th.
I mean, she's a badass. And Greg Giraldo, who's
Yeah,
one of my
yeah,
heroes who
yeah.
passed on.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Fucking smart. And they knew that actually the timing on this, and this is why we're all so fucked up right now.
That motherfucker was
we
a lawyer.
need this. He was a lawyer. There are a lot of guys that were lawyers, and then Dimitri Martin was a lawyer. A bunch of fucking weirdos. But the thing that I think we're missing right now is the fact that like we're not letting anyone talk about stuff. We're not letting anyone,
Express themselves about anything.
about like anything.
Do you
that
think-
we're I mean,
anything that comes confrontational will shut you off right away. It's like
Yes.
hush,
So
hush.
I gotta ask you though, do you
Shut it
think
up.
that we're not letting, or we got comics that are fucking don't have the balls or the whatever to fucking just do it? Because I feel like if
I
you
think it's
can
both.
get it off,
I think it's both.
if you can get it off, get that shit off.
Yes.
Or we have a lot of comics who are like, I'm not even going that route.
I just
Are we?
think-
Are we? I just feel like
I think it's both.
I don't think we should leave it up to the audience. Is there for us?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, why the fuck are you leaving it up to them?
We can't.
Like, I understand what you're saying though, Sixx,
Yeah.
because the fucked up part is with this shit, the power has been given.
One
The power has
videotape
been given.
could ruin everything, so people think twice, and it sucks because you shouldn't have to feel, man, I got to censor myself because what if?
I've never
done it.
At the day that I feel like I can't say something on stage, I'll never hit a stage again.
But so many people do that though.
I think that the fear that people have now, and they're censoring themselves, it makes for a really boring comedy. Yeah. But also, and I want to say this, I haven't changed shit.
Yeah.
In all this cancel culture, whatever,
but you know where the fear
I will
comes.
not fucking change.
Well, let me ask you.
And I think the guys who got really upset that this cancel culture came in and it fucked everything up, I don't like the culture of it either, but I don't think it interrupted what I was doing on stage. Exactly. Now, if these guys were doing good jokes on stage, they shouldn't have had to disrupt anything they were doing before.
So okay, you hit something that I was going to say, but there's another part of this that we're not being real about. A lot of these comics that are affected by cancel culture, or even artists, they got a lot of money behind them. They got a machine behind them.
Yes.
So it's not like me or you or anybody else who we don't answer to no fucking body.
Right. I don't have a sponsor.
So do you think if you got in that position, like this is the real question.
Yep.
Someone comes to Jess and be like, Jess, look, we love what you do. The way you convey, the way you speak, the way you're the exact person we're wanting to push and get behind, and we're gonna put $10 million behind you.
And here's $4 million in your pocket.
And here's this right now, exactly. But we don't want you to talk about this, that, and the other.
I wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't do it?
No. 100%. I didn't braid my hair for Def Jam. I'm not going to fucking take $4 million.
She never fucking blinked when she said that. So like, I believe you. I believe you.
No, of course. I've lived in poverty growing up. I lived in horrible poverty growing up. I got myself out of that. I changed some cycles that I come from. Yeah. I switched up how I do my life as opposed to how I saw it done before me. Mm-hmm. I am successful as far as I can say.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. And when I go out, when I do my show and I have my few hundred people that are rallied around me every single week and they fucking get, you helped me. You cheered up my day. You fucking changed my thing. I got a promotion at work. You made me feel like I could say no. I've had people tell me, because of you, I broke up with someone because they didn't. I felt like they weren't respecting me. I couldn't say no to them. The honesty that we can come with at being comics. The honesty that we were allowed to put out. That's all I want. I want to connect and make people feel less alone, and make it less hard out here because this life is fucked.
What people don't realize. I'm glad you touched on this.
We don't need $4 million to change our shit.
You know, I'm glad she touched on this, Sixx. A lot of people don't understand that aspect of what we do. You get hit by people and you don't even know that you touched them in such a fucking way that changes their whole mentality just from a joke that you didn't even think that was going to go that route and be that impactful for them. I get hit a lot the same way, and I'm like, and it makes me take a step back and be like, yo, it's not about, because everybody thinks from the outside looking in, you're telling jokes because you want to be fucking Kevin Hart. No. Fuck no. I just want to do it because I love doing it.
Yeah. That's what's lost, Buck.
I love doing it, and I know I'm good at it. And I know that you can put me in any fucking circumstance, and I'm good. I don't need to be, oh, you have to be on this Def Jam one or this. No, you can. Man, I've done comedy in fucking Farmington, goddamn Native American casinos, got any fucking where. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest satisfaction.
No mic.
Yes, that's the biggest satisfaction. And a lot of people would be like, well, it's easy to say because you didn't have $4 million. Now that makes it even better because I ain't came from shit. Like you said, you ain't come from shit. No. You don't know shit.
I don't. And whenever I've had a little bit of money, it has not saved my self-esteem. It hasn't saved my
it probably made more problems for your ass.
But the problem is a lot of these comedians or entertainers, they got in a situation where they started making the money. So it's not like someone just came to you and say, I'm going to offer this. Will you have this choice? Yeah. Right. They already been making this money for 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. Now they have a choice. They're living this lifestyle where
they're stuck.
Now they're stuck.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say this
You're
or that or this,
into it.
or you're going to lose all this money.
Well, that's what takes away the individuality
that makes you feel like, fuck, like
you're a puppet.
I'm a puppet because do I want to lose everything and spiral back? Got a family, you know what I mean? So that's where the hard part comes. The hardship comes in for a lot of these people, where you call them sellouts, but it's like, hey, I'm not trying to sell out, but do I lose everything to keep? I'm
glad you brought that up.
To keep me as like, oh, I'm gonna say what I want to say because fuck what they say, or do I lose $1 million contracts that I've had because of that?
But like they did you, and they were like, we want you to fucking braid your hair and all this shit.
I could have done it.
That's like the equivalent of anybody being like, yo, Buck, put this dress on, and yo, no, why would I do that? So a lot of people will test you, and
they will.
For you to do that, that means that because I know out of 100 people, I know 99 motherfuckers that would have done it.
Of course,
just because of who said to do it.
Yeah, yes. And I wanted to be in crowd.
And
I wanted to be cool with them.
What if I could get to the next level or money? Like
and I was telling people, I'm like Eminem, you know. But if it was a girl and if she did comedy, and they're like, well, that's not a good thing to say about yourself.
I really couldn't see you in a FUBU long, tight outfit, snakeskin FUBU outfit.
Oh, so
different colored hair and shit.
Oh,
I mean, I already.
I'd have been like, look at this white devil.
Right.
That's exactly. It's like the bitch that Eazy-E produced when, you know, the white chick that held the bat. I can't even remember her name, that rapper.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yep, I remember her.
Bitchy B
like,
I forget.
Hold this bat, bitch.
Yeah, and she was like, I'm wearing a baseball jersey and I
well,
got a
it
bat.
was like Hammer when he came out with the pumps and the bumps shit. Like,
exactly.
Come
trying
on, bro.
To get,
like, come on, bro. We
that was terrible.
Yeah, we remember.
I seen it on. Was it Arsenio that he was on when he did it?
Yeah.
That was the
one. Yeah. And
black fucking parachute pant.
Yeah.
Well, then he's trying to come out gangster hard. The other from.
Well, he came out with the thong with the tube sock in his dick.
Right.
He had the bat. He was pumping his dick. I was like, what happened to my Hammer that was selling Taco Bell tacos? Like, this is bullshit. No, this, like, look, a lot of people don't.
That's why I like Doug Stanhope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stanhope is one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Just because of exactly this. He took it to himself. He said, fuck you guys. He was kicked out of every club. Everywhere he went, they were like, no, oh, God, no. And everyone who got him, and he stayed with those folks, and he sells out every theater he goes to in the nation.
He's in Arizona now.
He's a killer. Yeah, he lives in
It's a lane for everybody.
But
it really is. You don't, like, I can't look at somebody else's lane and be like, I got to get on that track.
You got to stay in your own lane.
You got to do your own shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
Unfortunately, it's cost me a lot of time. You know, I've been doing this for so long.
How long?
I quit.
How long?
Well, if I started, my first show was in 95.
Holy
I don't know the math.
shit.
I don't do math. But I stopped after Def Jam.
What is that?
I quit.
25 years.
25?
Yeah, I quit for about 5 years after Def Jam because they broke my heart so bad. And I was like, what? And
Did it make you feel like they didn't believe in you as who you were?
Like my true person.
How long from 95 you started? What was that? With the Def Jam
I came
shit?
back.
No. So they told you that it was what, a year, 2 years you've been doing?
I started in 95, so I taped in 96.
Yeah. So only a year in.
Yeah,
so
I was
wow.
only a year. I was a baby.
They broke you at a young age.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. But I knew enough to not sell my soul to them. For like, and I was like, the reason I loved going
that would have been bad. Oh my God.
It was horrible because the reason I loved doing what I was doing at the time,
industry.
it was like, I looked different. I didn't fit into the club. I would appear in a club to go up and do comedy, and everyone would be just looking at me like, this fish, is she lost?
Wasn't she collecting money at the door?
Yeah, like something. There was never not one white person. So I was like, whatever. And
it was like when white people walk into a black church.
Yeah, it was like
Larry. I'm going to take you to a black church. Do you ever want to get looked at crazy? Go to a black church.
Oh, the way I look.
Shit, yeah. They'd be like.
What you have.
They'd be like, walk him straight to the altar. We're gonna make him catch the Holy Ghost. Like
the white devil definitely walked in today.
He has hung a black.
No, they'd probably be afraid I was gonna shoot the place up.
Nah, because black people love Jesus and they figure Jesus can change anybody.
Like the dude that did
if they put hands on you, they can change you.
Well, like the dude that did that in fucking Alabama.
Oh yeah. Fucking no, you talking about the guy who they took the fucking Burger King after they caught him.
Really?
Yeah. That was in South Carolina, bro.
South Carolina, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, bro. I like talking comedy with people. I like talking this type of shit with people because it lets me know where they're at. Because a lot of people can't have those deep. It's like really superficial and.
Yeah.
They always want to tell you where they want to. I want to do this, and I want to. Yeah. That's everybody's shit. But like, why do you do it? Like, what's your real essence? What made you start doing it? Mm-hmm. Like, what makes you tick about it?
I think it's just survival. Like, I used it. I'm sure you as well, having grown up the way that you grew up. I used it as a survival mechanism my whole life. I
had a Halloween mask on every fucking day.
Yeah, I was never
every day.
But that's how come when I went and started doing comedy, I didn't speak in my real voice. Baby.
Yeah,
I was just
you was a character
to character, and in like how I liked to say it, like like Monty Python. Like I always thought I was so smart. Like you just weave those characters, and one's talking to the other, and the other's narrating. And I had a whole bit about like being the only white girl at a reggae club, and it being like a nature channel, and then I did the narrator was English, and then the Jamaican guys, and there was like the white girl, and so I never spoke in my true real voice. I didn't have a voice
because it was the mask. It was the whole man, it's people that I went to high school with who look at me and like, bro, we never fucking knew you. I was like, yeah, I didn't want you to know who the fuck I was. If you knew who the fuck I was, I felt like you wouldn't fuck with me. You'd be afraid of me, to be honest, because they came from fucking homes with parents and all this shit. And
I was told that a lot. I was told I was scary.
Yeah.
I was told I was like, what are you, like a drug addict?
Yeah.
You're like scary. And I go, all right. And so that's why the gangs were so everything. They were kind. They were lovely. There was nothing judgy about them. There were no judgmentals. But, comedy is, I think I went about it the wrong way, starting and thinking I had to make a bunch of friends. So that was just, it was,
that's probably the worst fucking thing in comedy you can do.
It's the worst idea, yeah. But I was so, I came from where I came from, and I thought that maybe I could change.
This is a new family. This is the new.
Maybe they would be like the gang members and have my back.
This shit is so fucking competitive, so backbiting,
I know. Yeah. I had a comic say to me, an older comic when I started out, and he's like, I thought you said you hung out with gang members. Why can't you go into the fucking club and talk to the fucking owner? And I go, gang members are nice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you know gang members. They're fucking loyal.
They watched on TV and thought that's how the fuckers would be.
They saw Colors once, and they were like, scary.
No gang member ever thinks they're better than you.
Yeah, no, hell no.
And they're there. It's loyalty and family and kindness and like real, authentic, and that's what I was looking for in the comedy scene. It was like, no, girl. And that's why I think I got involved in the black comedy scene first, was that it was very real. Everyone had each other's backs because it wasn't mainstream. And we weren't considered
circuit.
It was what they called it. And we weren't considered even for the mainstream. Like, that's not even, you can come in on a Sunday. I did so many chocolate Sundays. Are you out of your mind? Chocolate Sunday at the Laugh Factory. Chocolate Sunday at the Dun.
They still do that shit at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, it's so fucking tired.
Sunday at 7:00. And you will see chocolate Sundays still.
And the killer thing
that's
is
where
they sell.
DJ Black was at.
They sell out. They sell out every fucking. There's standing room. There's lines around the block, and they still won't give you a Friday night.
No.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Nope.
Like,
the real night. You don't get the real night.
You don't get the real night.
Yeah.
In comedy, as a female or a black comic, we used to joke about this all the time because Marina Franklin and I came up together. So I was like, Marina, you gonna do this show? I have no fucking. I can't even get in on the show because you're a woman and you're black. So you covered it. So me and William Stevenson here are just gonna sit back and be like, good for you, Marina, go in, because they wouldn't book any other. It was outrageous to me. Outrageous. They have one fucking. We'll have one woman.
Well, they do the same thing with the Hispanic, like the Norteño bands and shit like that.
Yeah.
They only play on Sundays.
Just a Sunday.
They won't give them on a weekend.
No, but it's no matter how many motherfuckers come to that bitch. That motherfucking stadium packed.
Like black people can't, make a movie, can't star in movies. Remember when Will Smith became a movie star and all the studios were like, well, I don't know. I mean, Fresh Prince and that. I was like, do you guys not? What the fuck is going on? What's happening?
Well, and so, like, I always try to bring shit. I try to localize shit. And I try to tell people here, I was like, when you book a show, I know what you're trying to do, but don't make it, I got to have one girl and one black guy and one. just put the people.
Who you think are funny?
Yeah, just put them on.
Don't try to separate.
Yeah.
I gotta have an equal balance.
Yeah.
I gotta have a Mexican, a black, a native.
Yeah.
A fucking,
Don't
and
fucking Roy G. Biv the shit out, man. Just fucking. Although
I like A-Marie's deal with the women because there's only like 8 or 9 of us.
That needs to be done.
So the revolving
because you know why there were
show.
so many. So I've been. It'll be 6 years, 7 years in November. 6 years in November, and I can name
3 hard.
I can name 3 shows where it was more than one woman, and it wasn't the same one on each one. And it was just misrepresented, like big time. And it was like, oh, I know this female comic's name. I want to put her on. I'm like, she's fucking trash. Like, there's others out here that you guys aren't giving a chance to because they're funnier than you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what it is.
The boys at the weed show couldn't handle that. I mean, they handled it, but they were so blown away that I had gotten the crowd. Yeah. And they were like, no one's ever gotten the crowd here. No one's ever gotten the crowd. Like, you got the crowd. Like, you got the crowd. And I go, yeah, it's a show. Yeah. I said, you know, I've done a lot of venues where people aren't paying attention, nor do they wish to. So I feel like I have some schooling in that.
Yeah.
But also, you had a stage. You had the guy with the mic. He introduced us. Do your fucking... manage to fucking capture some people. Get some faces at you.
But that goes back to what Sixx says. Fucking can't do it all.
Right.
Play your position.
Yes. Yeah. And they gave the mic to this guy. They let him MC, and I was like, why are we giving it to this dude? He's just with the weed place. His name was Blaze because they're leaning real hard into that weed stuff. So big old Hispanic dude, Blaze. He's fucking chilling. You know Blaze? So he took the mic. Yeah, he's like, yo. But he sat down. He didn't stand up. He sat down at the table next to the stage, and he goes, yo, we got a comedy show. And I was like, is this the wait, is this it? What's happening? And he's like, your first whatever. And he puts up Royal, who I know. Look, I'll talk shit. He shouted out, give a shout out to the thing, and a shout out to the. Shut up with the shout outs. Tell me a joke. Stop making everyone clap. You know, I hate comics like that. You get a shout out
to the veterans.
Shout out to the that, and a shout out to the this.
The
I don't give a fuck.
patronizing.
Shut up. Tell a joke.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't get anybody. So everybody was just shopping, and everyone. It was a swap meet for weed, so everyone's high and shopping and selling and everything like that. So finally, I'm like, oh God, I gotta get up, So then Blaze, he's like, yo, we got another comedian, Jess Woods, and I'm like, that's not my name. And I go up to him and I go, yo, that's not my name, and he goes, what? And I go, my name's Jess Wood, and he goes, oh, and he takes the mic back, goes, my bad. Jess Wood. And he gives me that. So I take the mic and I go, give it up for my ex-husband, Blaze.
That would have been my whole set on his ass.
Everyone, it was like a record scratch.
They was like,
they're like, this bitch was married to Blaze? Like, they believed it. And I was like, I got you, motherfuckers. And then I had him and I was like, I got
sober.
I was like, I got you, fuckers. But I was like, how are you going to you got to get these motherfuckers, They're stoned. They don't want to fucking listen. They don't care.
No, they will if you capture them.
But you got to,
Everybody wants... I mean, you could capture anybody if they're entertained.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And that's what I'm there
If you're not
for.
entertained, they could hear a music, they could hear someone rapping, whatever.
Well, that's what you have in you. That's a gift that you have.
Yeah.
Where there's people just milling about. And if you could say something, project your voice, where they're like you said, like, huh? You got him. Got you, bitch.
Yeah. Once you got him,
like, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
I got him, and I was like, and I just didn't let him go. I just clasped him. And then boys walking by me, and I'm like, all my abortions came to life and came to see me today. Like, I was just like, because everyone was so young, and then there were cute boys, and I was like, and I just thought,
flashback.
Why not? Just go.
Is that you, Landro? Landro, you're in Albuquerque.
Landro.
Now I'll let you hit it raw.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Skeet, motherfucker.
Axel is out of the picture.
Right.
It's just me and you, Landro. Do you have some more paperwork?
I know. It's so sad.
Let me see your vaccine.
I was at a show once, watching a show in the audience, and a guy was sitting next to me, and he kept staring at me. He's a young guy, and he kept staring at me and staring at me. He goes, hey, are you a comedian? And I go, yeah. And I got excited. I was like, yeah, I am. And he goes, yeah. Hobo dick, right? And I was like,
ain't that the best?
no. I go, what do you mean? And he goes, yeah, you fuck homeless.
No, what I'm saying is, ain't that the best?
From the joke?
Where they take your joke, but they'll fuck it up. They'll never tell
It
it.
wasn't a joke I had. It was just,
What?
No.
He just-
It was me on Kill Tony, like, yeah, I did. I'm fucking this homeless guy. So this guy took that and said,
But
hobo
still, he
dick.
recognized
He
you
did. He
as a
recognized it as
something
the
thing.
hobo
as
dick.
hobo dick.
There you go. That's a great
And that's perfect for you, Jess.
hobo dick.
Thank you.
Sounds like robo dick.
And his
I'm like a
name was
superhero.
Landro.
Superhero.
She's hobo dick.
Well, okay, so this is the time. What time is it? Larry, what you got for us? I know you got some.
Yeah.
Larry always wants us to see. You only got one. So, Larry, let me tell you something, Jess.
What happened?
Larry was the old guy who hated TikTok, right?
TikTok.
Until he got his first hit. He took it straight to the fucking main vein.
And now he can't
Now
get it
It's a little bit more crazier than
now look,
Instagram and shit.
Now he is in the matrix of TikTok. Larry sends us videos
I
all
found
day.
this for.
Wait, what is this?
This is your girl right here.
The
Who's
hell?
that? I don't know who the fuck that
You
is.
know who it is.
Is that an ass or a belly?
It's a belly,
belly.
buddy. This is your.
Wait, let me see.
This is what you like, buddy.
Let me see. No, you taking this
Buck's
shit
all
too
into.
far.
No, wait, man. Buck's all
Buck
into the
loves
Okay,
pregnant
Pregnant
bitches.
okay,
pussy.
but
That
see how
pregnant
they
pussy with
wait,
black
take it off.
titties.
Wait, take it off of mute. Let me hear it, and I'm gonna show you how much they exaggerate. Go ahead.
Nobody's exaggerating.
No, yeah,
Let me-
yeah. Go ahead.
Hold on. Nobody's exaggerating.
Okay,
You like
watch
pregnant
this,
pussy.
and I'm glad we have a woman here.
So I'm 34 weeks today. Only about a month left.
Okay, so she's 8 months pregnant, and it's multiple kids. That's not one baby.
Oh, so you
So
don't like
So
multiples?
you like
So-
the multiples?
So
Only singles?
Jess, this is where they're mad about me.
No, we're not mad.
I told
He
them
loves
the
pregnant
best
pussy.
pussy I ever had was when she was pregnant. I met a girl
And
when
no,
I was
no,
seven.
no,
Wait, let me tell you.
Not just her.
she,
No, no,
just
no, no,
in
no, no.
general.
dude.
No,
In general,
I gotta
he
tell
loves-
you. I gotta tell you the first time and where this started.
Okay.
I was 17. I was in San Diego, and this chick, she was older than me, like 23, 24, and she was like 6 months pregnant.
With some other dude's kid.
Ain't mine.
But you miss your
Listen. 6 months pregnant is not this.
No,
First
it's
of all.
No, you had said 8 months you would not get.
I would, because
Okay,
it depends on how she
months.
looks. That right there. That bitch has a whole van in her stomach, bro. First of all, I'm telling you, the best monkey I ever had in my life was from a pregnant woman. Each and every my top 5
she
are all
lactating?
5 pregnant women.
So you
I don't know.
You got to
you
make sure she
attracted
looks
to the
good at 8
lactation?
months.
I have
She's not
no
too
clue.
fat. You gotta make
The
sure she got
best,
big.
and them. It's so weird because any other dude besides these dudes will sit there and say, "Yes, the best pussy you ever have is pregnancy pussy."
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has an extra lining or something on it.
The extra marination.
It does.
I feel like because
That's a little kid's hand you're
it's
touching.
taboo. I feel like because it's taboo. I feel like because it's something that you're not supposed to do. That
No,
people
because
get
you know
all
why?
freaked
Because
out
he's
by
like,
it.
it's not my
guy's
baby.
kid.
He said, it's not my baby.
Do you know how privileged you have to be to fuck a woman who's
That's what
pregnant
taboo
and
is.
the kid is not yours?
No, that's a lonely
You know,
bitch.
but look, Sixx is always talking about mouthpiece. You know how kind of
That's
a
a-
mouthpiece you gotta have.
No, because
Or be like,
a
yeah,
single pregnant bitch is lonely or fuck anything.
Nah.
They get hard up at
hormones are
their,
emotions
their
are high.
hormones. You ain't a player if you fuck a bitch. At
I don't
6,
care
7
about all
months.
that. It ain't about me fucking loving her.
No, but I'm
It's
saying,
about
but I'm
me.
saying she's easy to get. It's not like you have to work
No,
on to
no,
get it,
no,
bitch.
no.
She's easy.
They ain't easy to get.
At that, the hormones they haven't had dick.
No,
They don't know who the baby daddy is. Bitches wanna fuck.
No. The women know who the baby daddy is. They may not like who the baby daddy is. They know, goddamn
But they
it.
need some dick at that point. They're
Exactly.
ready.
Yes. And who am I to say no? Fuck that.
I'm not arguing about that. I'm just saying that
You're
they're not that
chivalrous.
hard
Hell
to
yeah.
get.
I'm like, hey.
All you got to do is
Look,
say
you
hi.
know-
Chivalry.
Look,
Chivalry
I
has
don't
returned.
care about.
All you got to say is hey.
She's the one holding the baby. I can't get her pregnant again.
Yeah.
You could have. She had 2 pussies.
Larry, what are you fucking talking
What
about?
is
Like,
it,
what
On
is
TikTok.
Larry, Larry
look,
found
what did
a
I tell you?
double pussy,
Larry is
a
on
double
TikTok
fucking-
looking at
what?
double pussies.
This bitch she's gonna have fucking time lapse kids. This bitch has time lapse. I
I'm gonna
had
name
one.
the light skinned kid Sixx and the dark skinned kid Buck.
Sixx had one pussy,
one
but
entry, but it's split off into two.
Larry, what the
uteruses.
fuck? What part of the dark web are you on, bro?
I gotta start sending you this shit.
No, don't send me none of that shit.
Don't put those.
I don't want that on my fucking.
Get that in your algorithm.
Then the cops pull us over and we have some weird ass shit on our phone.
Well, he's got
What are
an
you
iPhone.
guys
He'd be-
into it?
Nowadays, they look through his phone,
I've been like, erase my fucking.
find some chick with 3
Erase
years.
everything from Larry.
No, there was a chick on there that had
Wait.
3
So
years.
I got to ask Jess.
Yes. I've never been that.
No,
pregnant.
I'm not. But
Dispose of the children before then.
As you should.
Thank you.
so the times before that things
What'd you
got
say?
the times she said she got rid of the kid. Wait a minute, how many fucking abortions have you had?
4.
4, she said earlier.
Oh, you're a 4-time champ.
Yeah.
I'm a champ.
She's
You
a
got
winner.
you got 4 rings like LeBron.
Right.
Okay, I got you. Oh, okay. So
That's a lot of abortions.
what's the latest one you had?
Latest?
Yeah.
Last.
No. Like late. How
I thought
many
she was
months?
gonna say last
I know she was
Wednesday.
like.
Oh, you mean the last one? You mean how?
She was like,
She was like,
Hondro, Axl
last
Rose.
June.
I did have a scare. How long did I wait? I usually knew pretty quick because I'm pretty, the period comes or it doesn't. And then you're like, oh, fuck. And then it doesn't. And you go,
Hi ho, hi ho.
I'm not like
So
one of
you
those chicks.
you get them while they're zygotes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. If
Too
you
far
know
for
your
Plan
body.
Yeah.
If you know your body, you know. I never went to Plan B. No. I know. No.
She makes sure shit's out of there.
I just, I don't know. How do you say? I knew. I'm not like those. I couldn't believe that fucking show that was. I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy
Show,
as
I
fuck.
don't understand
Yeah,
that
yeah.
at all. Like I'm
Yeah.
taking a shit and a baby comes out. Like that's just unbelievably weird to me.
weird.
I don't know how you don't know your body. So I've always, I knew. I started bleeding when I was 12, so I knew what my period was like, and I knew what it felt like and what my body felt like. So when it wasn't like that, I was like, oh fuck. And most of the guys that I was fucking that I got pregnant, all the guys that I got pregnant for, except for the last one, they were just like jail guy. They were
Bum-ass
terrible,
dudes.
terrible, very, very terrible.
You never get pregnant by the good guy.
Yeah. It's always the.
It's
bomb.
always the Landro.
Well, I did get pregnant by the boyfriend at the time, but he was horrified. He was a scary white man who I didn't like at all, and so I got.
Damn, that makes me
scary.
that makes me question all the women I've gotten to raw dog. If I've been the raggedy dude this whole time, now I'm like, God damn.
They're
Have
She
you ever
been
paid
let-
for any abortions?
Have I paid? Yeah, hell yeah. What you mean?
How many?
Paid and drove.
How many?
That's good.
3.
God damn.
Goddamn right.
Well, if you're putting
Shit,
it in
what the
raw,
fuck?
you're gonna have some
Goddamn
situations.
Right. Hell yeah. And
What
I don't know,
about your Sixx?
but the funny part, though. Wait, Larry. Of those, I thought one was actually may have been mine. The other 2, I was in the equation and didn't want to even be in it. Because they were straight up like, hey, because we wasn't like together.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it was you and maybe this other guy. And I'm like, I'm going to do us both a favor and X your name right off of this shit. Hell yeah.
What about you,
Double
Sixx? You ever get one past the goalie
1.
and then
That's a good
Take it out
ratio,
of the goalie.
6.
1.
How old are you,
violently
45?
with a vacuum?
You
You're
got
45?
that Catholic pullout? Is that your method?
Whoa, no, I got
Yeah.
the Walgreens day after. Bitch, it's 72 hours. If I nut in you tonight,
the
we got
Plan
2
B?
more nights, and I'm gonna nut all in you. Then we're gonna take it. I'm not wasting. I'm not wasting $42.
Crushing up shit and drinks. Like,
What about
I'm one of
one
herpes?
more sip,
It's,
bitch.
no, it's one of those. You get the pill after whatever. You got 72 hours to take it. I'm like,
Yeah,
if I nut
Plan
you
B.
this time, you worried about it? We nutting all weekend long, and you taking it on the last day. I'm not gonna waste $42.
Dude, you do realize when you take the Plan B, there's like blood and discharge.
Yeah, it's a
and
really
shit.
Yeah.
uncomfortable
But they-
situation.
Wait.
No.
But that's for her. He don't. It ain't him. He don't give a
Bunch of
fuck.
selfish bastards.
She's going home by then. Get the fuck out of here.
Just called you
Disney
Santa.
ride is over.
She has 72 hours to take it. At 65, we done fucking for the 13th time, and she's taking it, and I'm
She
dropping her
got
off.
7 minutes. To
And I got her
fucking-
some fucking Taco Cabana to go, and I said, tap her ass.
You take her to Cliffs.
Oh, I went to Cliffs this
Get
week.
on the log ride, bitch. This is gonna be over with. God damn.
I love the log ride. As a Jew, I love a cruise. I do. I love a cruise.
Someone's gonna come and mug us tonight.
Man. No, it's once I had a pregnancy scare where a chick lied and said the kid was mine. I was like, oh no, hell no.
Never had an abortion. Never paid for one.
Damn, Larry.
You probably have. You just don't know it. You
probably
just wasn't a part of it.
I don't know. Maybe.
You've done too many drugs not to.
Maybe.
You have. They just never put your name on it.
Well, I've dumped a lot of cum.
Jesus.
I dumped a lot of cum.
Y'all don't get to see Larry, so this is for him to say that in my fucking ear and look at him in his eyes at the same time. It's horrible.
We don't even want to know where you dumped half of it. I don't even know where you dumped half of it, Larry. Right on your couch right now at home. Larry, I can just see Larry has a bucket.
Larry just, and then throws it on him like confetti at a
spider web.
He throws it out of the bucket like a Harlem Globetrotter game.
Curly.
I've been saving it all month.
His curly ass.
Yo, shit. What the fuck? Jess is looking at us like, what the fuck? Like,
it's the Ratchet hours.
Yeah, this is what we do.
I used to do a show called The Ratchet Hatchet, so I'm all right.
Nice.
I'm all right with that. Yeah, our guests used to send us the most insane sex acts that they could find.
That's
awesome. And then also the bestiality stuff was a major situation. There's so much bestiality in the U.S. and in China. And a lot of weird shit.
I think that's where that shit was born.
A lot of shit going on.
Bestiality.
I mean,
where?
Really. In China, there was a guy. There was a story in China of a guy. And this isn't bestiality, but he made his girlfriend, or a girl he liked. He made her a giant bottle of lotion out of his ejaculation.
Nice. Good
She
job.
was
I bet she looked 21 years old
She had the best skin
forever.
ever. Her skin was
It was a
fun.
peel mask.
It's beautiful.
A peel mask. She had fucking
We had a video that we showed off TikTok that I found of some chick putting period blood on her face.
Oh, yeah.
Making her face better.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of power.
Well, I'm
done
going to be super feeble.
No, but I think I could see. I saw a girl once paint with her period blood in a New York City theater. Performance art. Okay, you guys are on your phones. Is it time to go? What's going on right now?
This is when everybody who don't want to put their comments up there hit our inbox. That's and I'm not. And here's what I do. I don't read them anymore. So if you're not woman or man enough, throw your shit up there. I'm not gonna read.
Make it public.
Patty says Larry has a lot of kids too.
That's all. 4 kids, 4 different women.
That's not bad.
Larry's
4
for
kids.
It's all my abortions. You took good care of
I
it.
took all your abortions.
Yeah, thank you.
balance-
Thanks
you
for raising them.
balance
Balance out the Earth's
out the
population.
population.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
good thing. Good job.
Jess kills them. I produce them.
He resuscitates them.
and then Buck fucks them in the head.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's my kid.
Pregnancy bitches.
I'm trying to cure cradle cap. All right, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's good.
You're a warrior. You're a very warrior for the people.
Oh shit!
She said,
Hey, Hector Colon says, "What fucking part of New York was that at? Fucking Hell's Kitchen."
Yeah.
I don't even know where Hector just came. Period blood art. Nah, bro, it wasn't her. It was some chick
Yeah, it was some
that we
No,
found.
I saw it in the Lower East Side in a theater in the Lower East Side.
No shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she painted with her period blood. She also pulled an
Gigi
onion out of
Allen
her
was from
pussy.
there.
She pulled an onion out from her monkey.
Yeah, and
That
it
was
wasn't
probably
like
the
a
worst
chive.
smelling-
Oh,
it was a real
disgusting. It
onion.
was a bulbous white.
Did it still have like the little skin on it?
Well, it had the skin and it had the stem.
Oh.
And the stem was sticking out of her pussy when she was walking. And
Did she shoot it out?
No, she pulled it, but her
Did it go like that?
Man
Or?
was,
her man was playing ukulele and he sang a song.
of course.
She's walking
She
squatting.
was, she was definitely fucking him in his ass. That's what that was.
Hey,
It was kinky stuff.
Have you ever? Okay, wait. I know the show's in
Okay.
it. This is Ratchet Hour now.
Hey.
What's the worst? What's the most demasculating thing you've ever done to a man sexually?
Fucked him in the ass.
Damn,
Strapped one on.
She didn't even let me
Right,
finish.
yeah.
No, I knew where
Did
you were
you
going.
hear? Did you hear all the
And she
F's that
said-
she put on it?
And she said it really hurt.
Fuck him in
the
his
ass.
And he
I didn't enjoy it.
did he?
He did. He arched his back, and I was done. I was done. I was
God,
done, and I
that's
was
a
done.
terrible
Like,
sight.
so you're done like a couple pumps done, or you let him do whatever, and you were
She
like,
said
I'm out this bitch.
He was throwing ass back at
I fucked him like
You
the
fucked
bitch
him
that he
good?
was.
She was
But
probably
then
like, I don't
fucked
even
him
throw
good.
it back like this.
I don't.
like he has a better arch than I have.
He
What the
really-
fuck?
had
he
bath
really
houses
took
still.
some heavy
dick.
arching.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
He took
you
some heavy
put it
straps.
He knew how to
big was
breathe
it? How-
through it.
See, it wasn't his first time. That's
No,
why.
that's what I discovered. I was
Yeah.
like,
She was
how do
like,
you
she
know
not-
how to do
It wasn't his first time.
She said
And it
he
wasn't my
arched
idea.
his.
It wasn't my
How
idea.
did he bring it up to you? Like, just
Yeah.
like, by the way.
Well, he also brought me to sex clubs. Like he wanted to go to sex club. He was
they
a
had
kinky
a lot
white
of
dude.
those.
White dudes in
I
khaki
knew he was a
pants.
white guy.
White dudes in
I
khaki
knew
pants are
it.
the scariest motherfuckers that you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
in
they're
your
serial
life.
killers or they take
rapists,
dick in
date
their ass,
rapists,
yeah.
all kinds of scary.
take
scary.
it.
Oh, they're so scary.
So you was like, I'm done with this guy.
I mean, like after like 9 years.
Yeah, because the sex was good.
After
No, it wasn't. I
after
was
14 strap-ons.
No, you know what had happened was I'd never been with somebody who had like his family had money.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd never like experienced that where they're like, of course we go on vacation, and I'm like, what's a vacation? Like I'd never been
Oh,
on
yeah,
a
yeah,
vacation
yeah.
before.
So you fucked them
And
in
they were
every
like,
paradise island and
if I wasn't sickly when I got there, I did fuck. But I was so sick every time we'd go on vacation because I was like, I don't deserve this. You know, like I was just like this kid. And his folks, I mean, they were nice and everything, but it was just a very uptight. Like his little sister said, I never met anyone who said no until I met you. And I was like,
That's rich.
fuck.
That's rich as fuck.
Fuck.
They had money.
So I was like seduced kind of by that, but he was very he was demeaning towards me. He told me all the time how I was, I didn't look good. He fucked
course.
with how I dressed.
Well, that was part of his.
rich
That was
grow up.
Well, that was
like,
part of his
snobby.
sexual
That's why he got
fucking
you.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Of
Yeah.
course.
and he just really got me bad, and I was like, ooh.
Clean my floor.
It was so bad, and I remember moving out. I left it, and this is how bad it got. I left on a February 16th, and it was fucking snowing in New York. And in New York in February, it's like the snow is like a stab in your face of a fucking knife. And I had a backpack, and I was like, fuck this, dude. And I left, and I was just like walking, and I went and stayed with my girlfriend, and I remember putting on my leopard skin coat one day, and I was like, ooh, I got my leopard coat, and I was like, why do I love this so much? And she looked at me, and she did the 2 hands on her hips. She goes, because that motherfucker didn't let you dress the way you fucking dress. And I was like, oh, like I had allowed my power to be
He was a
kind of
real life
zapped.
fucking slave over this
Zapped,
bitch.
zapped, yeah. And
She
I
ran
thought-
away from the plantation and
I
everything.
was like,
It's crazy.
I don't care that there's money there. Like it was so bad,
Yeah.
and he just, he was like, you dress like this, and you look like this, and oh, you look like Casey Affleck. Like he's I'm like, well, then you're fucking Casey Affleck, because I don't know what to tell you. That's how I look.
That's whose dick you like, goddammit.
Like on Casey Affleck.
Oh man.
So yeah, demeaning. Yeah, that was it. Because the dudes that I had the threesome with, they were like, "You want to have a threesome with us?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right." And I was like, "Okay."
There,
I
you didn't have to do shit, but lay there.
I didn't do anything, no.
Yeah,
There's
they was
nothing.
filling up the
They
holes.
sucked each other's
They was
asses.
filling up the holes, Larry.
They
All for
didn't.
you.
They didn't fuck each other, but it was nice. Like they were Puerto Rican guys, so I feel like in New York, like, God, they're kind of fluid. Like Puerto Rican, they're like, "Oh, mommy, it's okay." Like,
Hector,
hey,
speaking
like,
of,
what's up?
Hector Colon is a Puerto Rican from New
Hey.
York. As you can see, he says New York in January is super brick.
I love brick.
Brick,
It's so New York.
brick is the most New
New
York
York.
word this side of
Oh my
Timberland. Like for real.
Oh my God,
brick.
so funny.
And he put it in a capital B. That means it's hella cold.
It's
like
cold
for
there.
real.
It's so freezing.
Oh, I won't ask you fellas the question I was gonna ask after she said that because I already know the answer. I ain't even gonna go there. I don't know, Larry. You seem like you had some hot nights. What, like Larry? Have you ever been on drugs and been like, I'll let this lady fuck me in the ass or something?
No, I've never done that.
Okay. Wait, what have you done? You alluded
said-
to like you
he
done some
said
other
that-
shit.
he said
What,
that
didn't
too
he say
calmly.
it? Yeah. Like,
He said that too
what have
calmly,
you done
like,
on
no big
drugs and
deal.
you're like, yo, what the
Well, I've
fuck?
told you like 12 hours at a time.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Constant
That's some
sex,
super
high on
tantra
fucking
shit.
meth.
Ouch.
Yeah, like that's not even appealing. Like
Like,
you
who wanna
chafed your
fuck
dick.
Yeah, that's a raw.
You chafed your
Long
shit,
Your
bro.
shit
Like,
just chapped and
Speaking of
fucking.
raw.
put Neosporin
time.
on your nuts.
Your shit,
Fuck
you
that
rubbed
shit.
all the skin off that.
And then the next day, you're like, why the fuck did we do that? It's so terrible. I feel so dirty. Don't you remember that feeling
Yeah.
after doing drugs? You'd be like, God, why'd I do all that?
Every day, Larry.
Yeah.
Every
buddy.
goddamn day. Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that you guys are alive.
Yes.
I'm glad you guys are
Don't
alive.
have a stutter.
I'm-
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm living through
A lot of drugs.
Larry's fucking drug stories.
But I also noticed this, Sixx. Neither one of them have cradle cap. So
Nobody ever fucked my mom. while she was
no,
pregnant.
because it was healed from a guy like me.
That's right. My mom was getting it in for sure. when I was-
Oh, your mom
Oh my
definitely.
God. Stop. There's a
white
picture
Jew
of her
lady.
like just so pregnant with me, like that bitch, just pregnant, and a big goblet of wine just balanced on
Oh,
the belly.
yeah.
Like,
Smoke back in the day.
Yeah.
She was raring to go.
Your mom was a CYFD poster child. That's what she was.
She was for real.
All the shit you don't want a mother to be is what your mom was.
What she was.
But then, I met some
Bill's
fun
character.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey,
She was wild.
that's the life you lived. Without that, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be
experience
here.
and been where you were.
I gotta say this, y'all. This is the realest show we've had with a woman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because usually, we talk our shit. It's hard to get realness. Like I told you before, we always get,
Like the
I'm just not even that. It's just people are afraid to open up because they're not. I feel like people who are afraid to open up don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And
or
they're
afraid of what it
They're
is.
afraid of what it is,
Yeah.
or they don't want to be judged and all. Fuck all that. We get to a point in life where you don't live for other people.
But also,
You've lived your truth. Who gives a fuck?
We're getting judged no matter what we do.
Don't matter.
So it doesn't
Don't
really
matter.
matter. So we
you might as well talk
have a
about the
good
dicks
time.
you fucked on because you there's stories about you with 10 more dicks than you've already had. So you might as well tell
I mean,
the
why
story.
not? I mean, I talked my show earlier. I always like to end my shows with a positive little note about, like, I know we're still in pandemic, and whatever you're doing, if you're nice to yourself and you're nice to each other, you're doing fine. Fuck it. Even if you're masturbating all day. I said, look, I masturbated 4 times the other day. I'm all right with myself. Let's be okay with
I was
ourselves.
noticing
You know
your
what I mean?
fingertips
Like,
were wrinkled as
so
fuck.
pruny.
Smooth as
But I
fuck.
just feel like if we can't be real and be like
Yes.
honest and say, maybe that's embarrassing to some people to talk about, but for me, I'm like, that's what we need to be talking about. It's shit that people are embarrassed about.
What you know what? I think it helps other people out who are afraid.
Yes.
And they'll say, "Oh shit, they can do it. Why the fuck can't I?" That's the reason why I really do it,
That's
because
exactly
it's not
right.
about the people who criticize and be like, "Oh, you guys are too much." It is a group of people out here who are like, "Oh
get that
shit,
all the time.
why the fuck can I just be that way?"
You guys are too much.
Fuck it. It ain't too much. It's too much for you.
Right.
But
And
guess
I've
what?
gotten that all the time.
If you're saying we're too much, that means you're watching.
Watch it. While you're watching, you're sitting there too much.
And I'll take it, like Cat Williams said, I'll take 20 more haters before the summer's done.
Yeah.
Real
You
shit.
know, that's what they do.
He's the
Let them
king of the
hate.
haters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Jess, what do you
Pimp
have?
Chronicles.
Do you have anything coming up?
Whiskey and Women at the end of the month.
End of this
I
month?
do that. I do a monthly. She has us there monthly, which
That's
is
what's
really
up.
nice. It's really nice.
I'm gonna have to come check it out. What days you guys do it on?
When?
That's why. Shit.
I think so.
Yeah, it's on Wednesdays.
It's on
Yeah,
Wednesdays,
I'm
right,
always
Larry?
fucking doing the radio.
It's
shit
Wednesdays
Wednesday
every
night.
month
Every month, yeah. I think it's the last Wednesday of the
at
month.
Hollow Spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think she's talking about doing another show somewhere, and I don't know. I mean, people are like, Jess, you should start your own show. I'm like, I know 2 people. Fuck you. Like, what am I gonna? Hey, here's your audience. I don't know. I'm like, and I didn't come out here to produce shit. And people are like, why did you come here? Why are you here? And I say, look, I don't know. Like I said, I visited. It was beautiful. I could breathe the air. I could drink the water. I could look the people in the eye. Nobody wants any, I mean, maybe people want some pussy, but nobody wants any.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
You know, and that's all worldwide. Look at me, for God's sake.
If
But,
you're
so-
if you're going somewhere and nobody wants no pussy, you need to repossess your
Yeah,
pussy.
what are you doing
Trade
out
that
here?
motherfucker in,
What-
guys.
what's going
You
on?
can go to fucking North Dakota and somebody's gonna want to fuck. Like,
But
for real.
right, so if it was my choice to leave this kind of status oriented cities. Like, I left New York because I had some death in LA, and I just went back to LA, and I was all of a sudden I'm in a sweatshirt at the beach in January, Hector, and and I was
Mad
like,
brick, son.
this is beautiful. What am I doing? And I just ended up staying home. But the climbing over each other, and then the doing anything that it takes to get to that place.
You gotta lose yourself.
I'm like, man,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you guys.
Those things
How
are
about
over
that?
anyway now.
I mean, I feel like my best time on stage in LA out of all the 4 years that I was back was on a Kill Tony show where Bobby Lee and Bert Kreischer were on.
Holy
and
shit.
Bert was fucking with me really hard, and he wasn't getting any laughs. And I called back something that he had tried to fuck with me on him, and I fucking killed it. And Bobby was like, yes! Like, he was so happy for me. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
yes!
Got him.
And I was like, right. And when Tony and all them, they're, Jess, well, how come we don't know you? And how come? And I go, because no one, I don't want to be a crybaby, but
Yeah.
nobody lets me be who I am.
Yeah, they want to change you. They like who you are, but they were like, but I can mold you into this. And But
why do you have to talk about that? And why do you have to talk about this? And club owners pulling me aside. You're a pretty girl. You should talk about how it's like hard to date, or you don't like your body.
Talk about your vagina.
Like, suck a dick. And when I do talk about my vagina, I get in trouble because I'm talking about it big up, this vagina. Like I'm not about to put my shit down. That's enough.
She said it like she puts the mic on her pussy and be like, talk to this motherfucker.
That's what's up. I mean, she's powerful. I told them the other night, I'm like, I'm palming heads like lettuce, ladies. Fuck it. Make those bitches fucking lick it, sir.
That's funny.
Yeah, I have a good time. So I don't care anymore because I've been told I'm doing it wrong. The whole time I've been doing this, I've been told I've been doing it wrong.
You do some right.
And all the crowds are like, what? Like,
I'm
playing at clubs and having the wait staff stop working when you're on, and then being told that you're not good for the club, and I'm like,
whatever.
You guys, but I'm not sucking your dick, metaphorically or literally.
Actually, yeah.
So it's a longer ride, but what the fuck. And I like it here. This is fun.
Fuck it, Ronnie Dangerfield got famous when he was 65.
But the thing about all that though, Larry, is like, I think about this every day. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, if I get to the point where I'm doing this shit to get famous, I need to stop, bro.
No, do you know?
Like, yeah. But I'm not saying that's why Rodney did, because you never know. You get fucking shot off in the stratosphere any fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
But
he took 25 years off to go and solo fucking sighting.
Mm-hmm. But I tell people that, I'm like, bro, if you're trying to do this to be famous, oh, bro.
But that's with any art, right?
Yeah, you might as well kill yourself.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, unless you're born into it.
Yeah.
If you're good, if you're good, someone will find you and you'll become famous.
You hope. You really
I don't even think it's about talent anymore, bro.
No, but
it's about if you conform to what they want you to be. Like she was saying,
you don't have to. You could be talented, or you don't. But if you catch an eye of someone, that's where it'll be. Like if you try to do it just to be famous and make all these moves, you try too much. No one's going to give you the chance. Like,
well, you're not being authentic.
You're discovered from other people to make you famous. You can't
have to
make
be
yourself
persistent.
famous.
Yeah, I think persistency, consistency, showing up all the time. Like Woody Allen, you can say whatever you want about him, but 80% of success is showing up. I really believe that. I really believe that just putting yourself in front of the crowds, whatever crowds they may be, restaurant, bar, weed shop. I don't. And that's why I just come in and I'm quiet. I'm not trying to make any pals. I'm not trying to fuck. I'm just, I mean, outside of comedy, yes, I will fuck you. But no, Hector. But no, I just, I'm not, I've gotten caught up in
Brick
that
City.
shit before.
Hector just changed his name on our feed to Landro.
Yeah. Landro Calon.
Landro Calon.
Ooh, it sounds good.
Hey, y'all been great. Shout out to Creep.
Coming up?
Creep said this is a great straight up show.
Yeah.
I think Creep is drunk right now, but it's cool. I get what you're saying.
In the mornings.
I get what you're
Sobers up
saying.
at nights and drinks.
Sixx. Oh wait, let me do it in order. This month on the
9 years of dick stuff and you download lesbian. Hector, I thought we were gonna make out. No, Hector.
That was before he changed his name to Landro.
I didn't. I only did it once with him. It was. I didn't want to put that thing back on.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways.
So
sorry, bud. Where you at? Where you at?
The 28th of this month, I'm doing the what the fuck is that shit called? Roast battles. But I'm gonna do actual set though, because I wanted to host. But then he was like, "Yo, I want you to do a set." I was like, "All right, cool." Those are fun. Shout out to Evan Ronzi.
Where's that at?
I have no clue.
They don't have a venue on the.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
I actually, and where I fucked up when I first posted it, Sixx, is I didn't put the venue.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be at Safe House Distilling at 7th and Gold. There's no cover. 8 p.m. Saturday, August the 28th. Comedy roast battles. Like I said, I'll be doing a set. I'll be headlining that. Next. I'll be hosting the DJ Unk concert at Canana's. Y'all will be hearing that shit on the radio. They pay for advertisement, so you'll be hearing all that. What else? I'm missing something.
We have some stuff in the works, but we'll lock that in. But officially October 20th.
October 20th. There we go. We
got Jeff Leeson. Going to be an amazing show at Revel. We have Buck on there. They have a Teague Wright.
Yes, he's going to be hosting. That's his official host.
Yeah, his official. Well, and I think they're bringing one other person down.
Yeah.
So that's October 20th. Tickets on sale. HomeMyTicket.com. That show will sell out. Trust me.
Yes, that's going to be a revel, y'all.
$15 tickets, man. Jeff Lee. If you haven't, go look him up on Amazon.
His
YouTube.
improv is on fucking point.
Ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
We have plenty of time. Tickets $15 for general, $20 for VIP. You'll have a great time. Better get them quick because they will sell out. Trust me.
What else am I missing? What did you lock in the other day, or do you want to talk about it yet?
No, we'll wait on those. I just got a few things. But.
All right, we'll wait on that. Also, oh shit, I forgot. I haven't told anybody this, but you guys. I'll be hosting the state fair, the whole fucking state fair,
the whole fairground.
I don't know why they let me do this, but
you'll be there every
No,
day.
actually, I know why. Because during the pandemic, I worked with the staff front that puts on the state fair, and the lady loved the virtual shit that I did, and she was like, "Oh, would you please come back and host the state fair?" So I was like, "Yeah, that's dope." So I'll be there every day, every night.
Every day.
When is that?
That is
September
the 8th through the 14th
of September, right?
of September. Yeah. So I'll be out there doing my family-friendly things, having fun.
And, of course, we'll have more stuff pop up.
It's a lot of stuff that's in work that we don't want to just talk about.
I remember the one you did, or I think it was the last one.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
We were all clowning the fucking security.
Bro, they had the worst security. So I was a part of, they had a comedy showcase at the state fair on the main shit. And they were like, family-friendly, cool. I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I'm all about having fun with my surroundings. And they had the worst security. Like, if anybody was out there to steal, rob, kill, they could have done anything. This security was so bad. And those dudes they had no choice but to laugh. Because my first 10 minutes, Larry?
Oh, yeah.
I went in on them, and they were like, yo, bro, that shit was funny. And I was like, yeah, you need to quit, bro. Like, y'all going to get somebody killed out here. Like, their pants were sagging and bellies. And I was like, yo, if someone just came up and ran off with shit, like, y'all couldn't catch them. It was bad. So that's something that I want to have on my resume. I'm going to do that shit. Other shit that's coming up, y'all stay tuned. Watch our social media. I'll be back on Facebook in
10 more days?
Hell no.
Patty said you opened up with it.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Get Wood.
There we go.
There you go.
Get Wood on all the platforms.
Her webpage is in the description.
There you go.
There we go.
Thank you.
I got 17 more days in Facebook jail since I said hate speech and said the N-word. Ain't that some shit?
And yet we can watch people get killed and murdered on Facebook. I know I've been put in
That's
jail
okay.
before for sexual content.
Larry, I found out what I got put in jail for.
What was it?
So I want to say Creep put up a meme that says, what word do you use that white people use more than most? Or what word do you use that white people use a lot? And I said nigger. They said,
and they blocked you.
They blocked. I was like, they wouldn't tell me for like 2 weeks. I said, why the fuck? And then I found out they said it was for hate speech for that shit.
Did you tell them?
I'm like, I'm a fucking black dude. I'm telling a joke.
Myself?
Like,
is that hate
nah,
speech
they don't.
yourself?
Nah,
They don't give
I'm
a
in
shit.
their algorithms, bro. I can't say shit on there. That's what it is. Appreciate y'all
tuning
in with us.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Jess Wood,
Yay.
she's the truth. Go follow her on Instagram, everywhere else. And like Larry said, her webpage is in the description. She's real, y'all. It ain't no
so
bullshit.
is her Instagram.
Instagram, all that good shit.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
That was
All right,
fun.
man. This is great. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.